A formal White House ceremony Monday.
With the other 8 Supreme Court justices all in attendance, Kavanaugh took the judicial oath from retired Justice Anthony Kennedy.
I, Brett M. Kavanaugh, do solemnly swear.
In the East Room ceremony, President Trump apologized to Kavanaugh for what he said was unfair treatment during his confirmation, and Kavanaugh promised to be a team player on the nation's highest court.
White House correspondent Greg Cluxton. In remarks to the National Press Club, House Speaker Paul Ryan says the economy is booming under Republican leadership.
Wages and benefits are up. They're growing at their fastest rate in 10 years. Job openings are at a record high. Consumer confidence is near record high. Productivity, manufacturing, retail sales, home sales, all of these things are up. And the nation's unemployment rate just dropped to a 49-year low.
Speaker Ryan, who's not running for re-election, says Democrats have largely stayed on the sidelines over the last 2 years. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says the limousine that killed 20 people in upstate New York over the weekend had failed a state inspection and should not have been on the road. This is townhall.com.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
Funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RIDUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism,
Yes,
so you're
it does.
burning more.
Yeah, it
Try
does.
it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com.
This is David Barton with another moment from America's history. In Exodus 18:21, the Bible not only instructs that we're to choose our own leaders at the local and county and state and federal levels, but it also sets forth the standards for those leaders. For generations, Americans voted with a full awareness of this passage. Notice, for example, how Founding Father Noah Webster relied on it. He instructed students, when you become entitled to exercise the right of voting for public officers, let it be impressed on your mind that God commands you to choose for rulers just men who will rule in the fear of God. If our government fails to secure public prosperity and happiness, it must be because the citizens neglect this scripture and elect bad men to make and administer the laws. In the upcoming elections, make sure not only that you vote, but that you vote for leaders who will rule in the fear of God.
For more information on God's hand in American history, contact Wall Builders at 1-800-8REBUILD.
Dating today with all the crazies out there has to be nuts.
Yes, it really would. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a place you could go to find people who think like you do?
Like me, like libertarians and conservatives?
Right?
There is. WeThePeople.dating.
Amazing. What a genius idea. This is a site that you can go to if you're single and you are looking for somebody who you're going to think the same way as for from a political freedom standpoint. If you want to date the right person for you, you'll find them in one place. WeThePeople.dating.
The mothership has landed.
Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs on MoJo 50 Day Dos. That's my cultural outreach.
Wow, that was nice.
Dos, baby, dos.
Is that as much Spanish as you know?
I don't even know what that means. So I don't think that's actually qualifies. But you know what we do know about me, Doc Thompson? That I am committed to being inclusive. I think I have proven that over the years that I am just a guy who believes in inclusivity, being tolerant, accepting of others, just getting along. That's the most important thing. Not being offensive. I think word association, not offensive. Doc Thompson, boom.
Yeah,
word association. Doc Thompson, accepting.
Yeah, that's you. That's not.
I'm
not
just gonna
really
say
how
it.
I describe you. No,
acquiescent.
I would say that you are acquiescent if I knew what the real meaning of that word.
I think it's Spanish.
Is it? Is it like carbonated?
I think so. I think
well,
it's
then
in
you are
the same
sparkling.
vein.
Yeah, then
something
you
like
are
that.
very sparkling.
And in the vein of that, in that spirit, I offer you some important information this morning. Information that you are going to need in this social media world that we live in.
Advice for life.
Yes, right, exactly.
Right.
These are things that you need to get along. Things that are going to help you.
Okay.
Colorado State University is offering from their Inclusive Communications Task Force.
Wait, The what?
Colorado State University's Inclusive Communications Task Force. Now,
wow.
It's important that you remember this is not a blue ribbon committee.
Okay.
Blue ribbon committee is different. That's you get together and whatever.
Right.
Task force, that's action, baby.
Yeah.
They're out there. They're doing stuff.
Yep.
Their task force has developed a best practices quick guide for inclusive communications, specifically targeted at your social media.
Oh, good.
And ways that you can make your social media channels more inclusive.
Oh, good. What do we need to do?
What do we
need to stop? We need to stop the hate, right?
You're just sitting there. Where is your pen and pad? I'm giving you this information. Are you going to jot this down?
I have a photogenic mind.
That's pornographic mind, but that's a different thing. Anyway.
Yeah, so.
According to Colorado State University's Inclusive Communications Task Force, they said, rooted in CSU's principles of community inclusion, integrity, respect, service, and social justice, the following recommendations from the task force are simple and yet important ways to make your social media channels inclusive. It's worth noting that language is always evolving and individual preferences may vary.
Wow. They're about to say that you're offensive because of the words you use, aren't they?
And even if you're not offensive now, that may be offensive in a minute or two because it's always evolving. So, first up, here's how to make your social media channels more inclusive. And I would say probably you could use a lot of this in your daily life as well. Number one, use inclusive pronouns, not exclusive ones, inclusive ones.
Like what? Which ones are inclusive?
They, them, theirs, students, everyone.
What if they don't like they, them? What if they are a zim, zed?
Then you could do that. But a lot of times, but in general, if you're talking to, somebody and you don't know what they prefer, there it is.
That's the safe word. Those are safe
I like
word.
y'all.
I do too.
But maybe that's just the Southerner in me.
Y'all and you guys. Hey, you guys.
No, you can't use you guys.
Well, it's inclusive
that
of
is
women.
Gender directive.
Well, not in a California sense. That's what we always used to say. You guys going?
Yes, that's what we used to say where I grew up too, but we've come to realize that is, have you not paid attention to this program in the past? That is troubling. Not everybody is guys.
Yeah, but it's guys in a guys and girls sort of thing.
Do you ever say you gals to reference a group of both male and female?
Okay, no, because that would be weird.
That's your penis privilege. That's your penis privilege talking is what's going on.
What that is.
Yeah, I mean, you've got white privilege, and you apparently have penis privilege as well. So use inclusive pronouns on your social media sites. Number two.
All right.
And this seems really confusing to me, but I'm going to throw it out there because remember, this isn't from me. I'm just sharing. I am the vessel.
You're a giver.
By which Colorado State University's Inclusive Communications Task Force tells you how to be more inclusive. Number two.
They have pretty incredible.
Use the yellow emojis when addressing a diverse audience.
Why the yellow ones? Isn't that Asian?
See, that's where I'm confused. They're telling us that that's the generic.
The yellow is generic?
Yeah, wouldn't the white be generic?
Yeah, except it's not really white, it's beige. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Yellow is Asian, so
we should be using the black one. Because black represents all colors, right?
Yeah.
Isn't black, white is an absence of color.
Well,
black is all colors.
Here's the funny thing, though. In the technology world, in the world in which we live, every device, black is actually the absence of color, and white is all the colors. So it should be black or white. We know that. But they're saying use yellow.
See, wrong. I've had conflicting information on emoji use as far as which one to use in the past. So what I try to do is, and I've gone back and forth in this, I either try to direct the emoji color to guess the race of the person, or if I know them, I'll do that. I did that for a while, but sometimes I've gotten that wrong. So what I do now is just use all of them randomly. And I think that's the most diverse.
That does.
So every once in a while, I'll give Brad a black thumbs up.
Yeah.
Right?
And you send me an emoji, too.
That's right. Sometimes a black one.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes I'll use a brown one. Yeah. Now, I've stopped using the yellow ones for my wife.
Did she get irritated? Or
No. I didn't want her to assume, you know what I mean? So I try to use diverse ones for everybody. Then I started trying to not hit them with their race.
Which just freaks them out.
Right.
Especially if they don't know you very well.
Right. But my point is, though, see, if I was going to use emojis, and I use one that's not white like me, then people are like, oh, you're targeting my race. Is that it? And some people told me that was offensive. Because that was my initial plan. I was trying to guess it. I'm like, I guess Ron's white. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with white. And I'd send him that.
Yeah.
Right. And then some people, no, you can't do that. So now I use just random ones. So I try to avoid what race you are, too. So like my wife, I won't send her yellow.
Right. Okay.
I haven't had that problem with the black one because I don't have any black friends. Well, I have one black friend just for the purposes of arguments on the air, but other than that, I don't have any. You know,
that's because black people
I have
don't
a
like
gay
you.
friend.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, but only for the purposes of discussion on the air.
Right. Yeah. Just to make it look like you're inclusive.
Right. Exactly.
I understand.
So there you go. Use the yellow emojis as the default when expressing or addressing a diverse audience.
So this is where we've come as a society.
Right. Yeah, little pictures of people that we send people have to have a default color. Otherwise, we're racist.
Does that go the same with all of the other ones, like the little faces you see? Not the smiley faces, but if you scroll down through your emojis, you see the little policemen.
Yes,
and
the
you
problem
see the
is not all of those have races.
No, there are some odd colors in there.
And I think Apple's dropping the ball on this.
Right? You think they should include more?
Absolutely.
I mean, if they can put 128 colors in a crayon box,
why not have a color for each and every emoji out there?
I can't argue with you on that.
Now, they say, and again, Colorado State University's Inclusive Communications Task Force says, number 3, avoid gendered emojis when possible. A gendered emoji, Brad.
Okay, so that would be like the cops and the nurses and all the things
I haven't
that look
seen
like
any
real
of them
people.
exposing their genitals. Have you?
I haven't either. And you're right. That would be making an assumption to go off the look
Thank
of
you. If I'm like, okay, she has a bow in her hair and, you know,
you're right.
Right?
I mean, you start with those assumptions and that's where you go down the rabbit hole of pretty soon you're saying that everyone's queer.
Thank you. See, I think they got this one wrong there.
Yeah.
You're there and you're going, okay, I'm going to use the girl one because she has a bow in her hair. That's me assuming. And number 2, how do I know that emoji isn't identifying as a boy?
Right. That could be Bob.
And even if they did expose their genitals in this, it doesn't matter. Right?
Yeah, not in this
I'm
world.
assuming
You're right.
your
You're
gender,
right.
and I'm assuming the emoji's gender.
That's true. You are generalizing, and that's not good for anybody.
So they say, in general, avoid using gendered emojis when possible. Instead, they say use one of the yellow smiley faces or object emojis.
Then we're back to the 80s.
They also said, don't assume gender or identity online at all. Address people by their names or usernames when responding to their comments. So don't say he, she, they, that type of thing, or he, she, I guess it would be. And you could use they instead.
By the way, you can't say he, she anymore. That's offensive.
No, I mean he.
Can we? Oh, I got excited there for a second.
No, you've got to say person with a disability because people first. The disability or their affliction is not first, Brad.
Wow.
So diabetic, no.
A person with
with diabetes. Close. You're really close on that one there. So there you go. Now,
these rules are hard.
People first, unless they don't want people first. So
right.
That's the addendum here. If they tell you, no, I want you to call me a disabled person.
Right.
Or a diabetic, whatever, you do that.
But still not a cripple.
Right. They also say authentically represent diversity online. Authentically
represent
diversity. Not fakely represent, I guess.
Right, because
Which wouldn't that just be affirmative action?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Share multiple voices and perspectives on your social media pages as well.
Find people you hate.
So it has to be authentically represented diversity and yet then share multiple voices. So those could be conflicting. I don't know. Very confusing.
This is.
Wow. Hey, guys, Ron Phillips from the Conservative Cartel. I want to tell you about a new weight loss product that's quickly becoming part of our MoJo 50 family. Okay, so it was launched by this Texas company who have taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. That's right. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. In a 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser, you remember that show? It showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. Rid-U-Zone, that's R-I-D-U Zone, contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. If you are struggling every day with cravings, try Rid-U-Zone. It makes it so much easier to control your appetite and not think about food all day. That's my problem. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to riduzone.com and enter code MATT. That's M-A-T-T. Again, that's riduzone.com, RIDUZONE.com. Rid-U-Zone. Hey guys, Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Are you tired of the bar scene, hoping to find the love of your life? Well, there is a better way for you single guys and ladies out there. Check out WeThePeople.dating. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating for the love of people and people of love. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
Doc Thompson, Mojo 50.
Mazie Hirono, the great senator from Hawaii, was on over the weekend and had a comment on Kavanaugh's confirmation and what this means moving forward. You ready? Here we go.
He's going to be on the Supreme Court with a huge taint. And
so there's that. I didn't realize that was even a problem.
How did...
I didn't even know that was a thing. Is that like an affliction or a disease?
Does she not have a staff of people who say...
Doctor, I'm here. It's really uncomfortable why I'm in today. Some of these things are really embarrassed if you come in
No. It's a safe space here. You just tell me what seems to be the problem.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
All right.
I'm going to avert my eyes.
All right.
I think I have an abnormally large taint. Sotomayor and Kagan are like, look at that guy sitting in here. And you see that large taint.
He has a huge taint!
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
Hey, it's Doc Thompson. Got the new show on Mojo 50 coming up. Hopefully you'll join us for that. And as a regular feature, my good friend, my life partner, Chef Patrick Mosier. I mean that in a food sort of way.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You'll be joining us on the Broad Food Biz Pro, and that's what the pro's for.
It's all about cocaine and hookers.
It's all about cocaine and hookers until somebody gets arrested. And then it's about the legal system. And, well, you get the point. We'll be talking food and food trends and business. And, of course, we'll be spotlighting business, as I always have on my broadcast. But Chef Patrick Mosier will join us, and he has his own platform starting soon.
And educating people about their social media pages, because we need to make sure we stay on top of this Me Too movement, and also Brett Kavanaugh. lots of things to get to today about the Me Too movement. Important stuff to deal with.
Yeah.
Also got to get some communiques with the hashtag What I Learned Today. It's at Real Brad Staggs and at Doc Thompson Show. If your communique is deemed worthy by Ron Phillips, who's spinning the dials radio style for us today, we will include you in the show close.
I like Jack Hole Angry Beaver more and more every day. She said, these rules about emojis and names, everyone is just going to be called a-hole.
I like that.
And she says, yeah, I'm making everybody equal, and that's good. That is very good. That's a thinking woman right there.
She's missed something, though.
What's that?
Everybody is equal, except some are a little more equal, and that's what you got to remember.
That's true. Some are more qualified to be a-holes.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
That is exactly right.
Yeah,
that's right. So it's important to remember that.
I cannot disagree with that. And Spunk and Brunnett said, so I guess we can't say mentally disturbed people under people first terminology. So I'm going with Milanos or Milanoed. Like Alyssa.
Okay. I'll give you that. That makes sense.
And I think a very honest question here. Where did it go? Who was it that asked if we are going to start calling people retards? And I can't. Huh. I don't know where it went.
No.
It disappeared.
It's,
but
Wait, they want to know if it's retard.
Yeah, can we call them retards? If we're going to call them cripples now, can we call them retards?
No, you have to say people that are retards.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's putting the people that are retards.
Yes.
All right. Okay, gotcha.
That's putting people first.
All right.
Okay?
Well, that makes perfect sense then. Right.
I know this is confusing for all of us. I'm trying to make my way through all this as well. I don't want to come across cocky or arrogant like I know it all, because I'm screwing this up as well all the time. I'm just trying to get through this or whatever.
You just want people to know that or to feel like they're being. That's it. They feel. Yeah, because it's not necessarily that they are being included. We just want them to feel like they are.
Right.
That's smart.
So, are we on the Facebook? We're battling that out. Facebook's having some issues responding today, but we'll have our Facebook feed up as soon as we can.
It's not necessarily Facebook. It's this other platform that we use, but we're working on it.
We're working on it. It'll be up soon. Got the Periscope up as well and the other platforms as well. So
I can always start one on my phone. That'd be exciting.
Live from Brad's pocket.
You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly. All right. Now an update on the Kavanaugh and Me Too movement, but first, can I just justice?
He's going to be on the Supreme Court with a huge taint. And
okay, I needed that today. Sometimes it's just for me. I'm just going to put that out there.
She just keeps giving, doesn't she?
Okay.
I love that one.
Awesome stuff there. Way to go, Maisie. Maisie.
But you call it corn.
I share with you now this op-ed piece. And I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you.
Oh, all right.
After being hounded by Sam I Am across several locations, including in a car, on a train, and on a boat in the middle of the ocean, the second character finally relents, agreeing to give green eggs and ham a chance. The story is supposed to be about persistence, about trying new things, but one middle school teacher says the tale could be interpreted as...
Oh, God, here we go.
As...
No way. No way. No way.
Sexual assault.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
It could be interpreted in a negative way. And
yeah, if it's green,
no, that it's about consent, Brad. They're not teaching proper consent when it comes to green eggs and ham. San Diego humanities teacher Mike Fishback.
Wow.
Let me just say, it is ironic that somebody who teaches humanities, as soon as I hear their career profession, I want to punch.
Yep.
If I'm at a bar, at a party, out and about, at whatever, somebody goes, I'd like you to meet my good friend Mike Fishback. He's a humanities teacher. Instantly, I want to punch him. Isn't that ironic?
It is. There is some irony there, but it's understandable.
Anyway, he said, I've been thinking about this ever since I read the book to my daughter, who is now 5. Every time I read the book, I think about how this is a really bad example about how to have relations with people. Relations.
Wow.
Then it occurred to me that now, in the context of the Me Too era, this could really be interpreted as a story about a lack of consent. You know, Sam I Am with his green eggs and ham.
I do not want it in a box.
He said, Sam I Am's repeated badgering of the second character, demanding that he try those green eggs and ham despite his refusals, could be seen as a form of harassment.
Harassment.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
He said, if someone says no, you do not persist and badger them until they break down and say yes. When the second character at the end of the book says, okay, Sam I Am, I'll try it. He's not saying he's trying it because he's changed his mind. He's doing it because he's exhausted, tired, worn out, and trapped.
And possibly drunk.
Maybe.
And drugged.
See, that is listen, wearing people down is an important aspect of dating.
Yes.
And relationships.
Yes.
And marriage.
Yes.
And don't think it's one-sided, by the way. Do not think this is just men wearing ladies down for the sex.
No.
Ladies, how many times you've been like, You gotta clean the garage. You got garage. You're like, damn it. All right, I'll clean the garage.
Just to hear them shut up.
Stop. You think I want to clean the garage? Do you think I want to do all? That's not a euphemism. Clean the garage.
It's just so quiet out there.
It happens all the time in relationships. There's lots of stuff I don't want to do, but it's just a fine, I'll try the green eggs and ham for the love of God. Just quit it. Knock it off.
Give me your ham. Give me your ham.
Mike Fishback, the San Diego humanities teacher, said he referred to his dislike of green eggs and ham, which prompted pushback from his class. He said, that's when I realized I could use this as a model for how they can use storytelling to shift people's thinking about something. So he presented the story to his class, his 12-year-old and 13-year-old class.
Yeah, because they've got the wisdom of the ages.
He said many of his students had been aware of Kavanaugh's story, but hadn't been following it, so he used it to teach about Brett Kavanaugh and consent.
Oh, good.
He said he didn't want to get too specific on Kavanaugh.
Right, because he's a rapist.
Instead, he used Anita Hill. More on that and your tweets coming up.
A free exchange of ideas. Mojo 50.
You cannot retreat to your safe spaces. There are no therapy poodles allowed when facing the truth. And that's just how we like it. Straight, hard-hitting, conservatarian truth. On the rocks. No chaser. No marches. No protest. Only small, limited government, constitutional conversations. Exclusively on Mojo 50. We get into foreign policy. We get into national politics. We get into constitutional, libertarian, conservative ideology. We put the brakes on the media spin by destroying the lies, dismantling the narratives, and bringing you the stone-cold hard truth. Every weekend on Mojo 50. Join me, Adrian Slade, for a raging hour-long discussion, deconstructing the headlines and delivering you the entire full story. Only on Mojo 50. Live free.
Hey guys, Matt Locke, the Conservative Cartel. I'd like to take a minute and tell you about a new weight loss product that's instantly becoming part of the Mojo 50 family. It was launched by a Dallas area company who had taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. A 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened, and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. One Ridges-own client, Sarah, recently lost over 100 pounds. While she looks amazing, she has been struggling every day with cravings. Now that she's taking Ridges-own, she says it's so much easier to control her appetite and she's not thinking about food all day. Ridges-own contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to ridgezone.com, RIDUZONE.com, and enter the code MATT, M-A-T-T. That's Ridgezone, RIDUZONE.com.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's D-I-A, Thrive.com.
We've arrived. What do you mean? We've hit the big time. What are you talking about? I didn't tell you. We're live on Mojo 50 now. Oh, that. I could have sworn they were just pulling a fast one on us. Either that or someone at the top has had a mild stroke. Regardless, we now have to make a promo. Okay, well, that seems simple enough. How long does this have to be? I was told that we need to take about 60 seconds or so and tell everyone about ourselves. All right. I was born in a blizzard in the bleak hours of the morning in November FM?
No, I don't think we need to go back quite that far.
All right, then. I'm Steven.
And I'm Dylan, and we're hosts of the Defenders of American Exceptionalism,
or DOAE show for short.
And we are live Wednesdays and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on MoJo 50.
We go through the politics of today and how it affects the culture and vice versa. And we try to bring it back to the Constitution and the principles above privilege.
You know, I feel like there should be a shirt made with that on it.
Yeah, we already have that.
Oh, so don't forget to check us out. Defenders of American Exceptionalism live Wednesdays and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern on MoJo 50.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us, our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com, use promo code DOC, and get 15% off your purchase. That's neverforgottenapparel.com.
Dr. Seuss is rolling over in his box with a fox in a hole with a mole. His grave is as active as a rave. Seriously.
Yeah.
Green Eggs and Ham is now the Beach Week 82 story.
We still have those shirts, by the way, and we could still sell you one. So go to mojo50.com.
Or we could sell you 100 of them if you like.
Yeah.
It's a limited run to the number that you will buy. Beach Week 82.
Get them now.
Yes. Green Eggs and Ham is now teaching kids the wrong thing about consent, that you have no consent. It's teaching them to be rapey.
We're going to turn into a society that, well, no, if we keep going down this path, we're just going to die off. Because no one, do you want to have sex? No. Okay, fine. And just, no one's going to do anything anymore. And we're just going to die off as a species. Maybe that's the best plan. Maybe that's the best plan at this point.
So I started thinking about this, if Green Eggs and Ham is so troubling, what other troubling books are out there for kids? Things that maybe we hadn't considered.
Did you come up with any?
Oh, I'm just thinking there could be some other liberal kids books ideas out there.
Yeah.
Because it's not about just looking at the ones that are already out there. We got to start changing all the other ones to promote better messages.
So they're not so rapey McRaperson.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe hashtag liberal kids books. I mean, if you've got any that, again, it's not just about finding the bad ones, Brad. It's about finding the bad ones and making them something good, something better.
Right.
Something liberal, something that is promoting social justice. Like, for example, The Little Train That Could, with an emotional support cobra. I'm just thinking, right? Or how about this one? Everyone poops, but Democrats don't stink.
Yeah. I like that one.
Something
I like that one.
Or Curious George and his two dads.
I was going to say, bye, Curious George.
By Curious. Now you're thinking, Brett.
See?
Yes.
Yep.
By Curious George. I like that.
It was only one time he was in college. He was drunk. But he's willing to try it one more time.
No, Brad. He's willing to do it all the time. He's by Curious George. Don't run from it. Don't run from it. So if you've got any hashtag liberal kids books, just put them out there and help us out there.
We're doomed. We are so doomed. I look forward to Yellowstone blowing its top.
The cat in a non-gender specific hat. I like that one.
We really have gotten to that point. You get triggered by anything.
There's got to be one about the Grinch who stole Christmas, and I'm just off the top of my head here. Ready?
And then went to prison.
No. The Grinch who stole Christmas, which shows why we need prison reform. Criminal justice reform.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
The criminal justice system who forced the Grinch to steal Christmas. The Grinch who stole Christmas because of income inequality.
The rise of the green population in prisons across the country. Why is there an inordinate amount of green people?
Just saying, there's a lot of possibilities out there.
Yeah.
Okay, they're coming in now. Tainted Platypus, Clifford, and the Don't Body Shame Dog. That's a really good one.
Yeah. The Hardy Boys want to be Nancy Drew.
I like where you're going, but I mean, I hope Nancy Drew could also be the Hardy Boys. Because, I mean, you're I like that you're, Lori D, I like that you're out there saying that, hey, boys can be girls and girls can be boys. But I hope you understand that you led with Hardy Boys and not with Nancy Drew. And in today's hashtag Me Too world, when you realize that women make 70% of what men make, this patriarchal society that, you know.
But they make 100% of the sandwiches, or they should.
Winnie the Pooh in the streets of San Francisco. That's Cal's crabgrass. Okay, this is really good. Icky lick. Well, I better not share all of that.
You should. Some of these.
From the little picture, it looks like James in Louisiana, or formerly James in Louisiana. The monster at the end of the book is actually the capitalist pig of a publisher.
Dum Dums is simple. Fun with two dicks.
Wow, that's really good because, you know, you don't just hang out with girls. It's not a patriarchal world, right?
Yep, that's absolutely right.
Stinky, hop on Pop and Mom. Or hop on Pops. Or it's your choice to hop on Pops.
Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day after the 2016 election.
Mojo 50 Taint Sleeve. The Lion, the Witch, and the Fabulous Wardrobe. See, their wardrobe is fabulous.
Yes, it is. Libertarian, the Grinch who redistributed Christmas. That's nice.
There it is. There it is. That's a good one. A Grinch redistributing.
And you're right. You are so right about the now everyone's Twitter handle is 8 Mile, and that's my fault, and I apologize.
See, that's I mean, as long as possible.
I apologize.
Black Suit Larky Farkin tweeting the Republican at the end of the book.
DOAE, the Defenders of American Exceptionalism, I believe. Horton here's a rape accusation.
You're very close. It's not an accusation.
Right. It's an allegation.
It's not an allegation.
It is a...
Because we've got to prove, or we've got to believe every victim, every survivor, every accusation.
Right.
So Horton hears a rape.
Yeah, that's true. And it shortens it.
Right. Listen, if Horton believes it's a rape, it's a rape.
It's a rape. That's
Horton's if the person
truth.
Believes it. Horton believes the rapist. I'm sorry, believes the victims.
Yeah. Well, with a name like Horton, you have to.
Blah, blah, blah. Love the blah, blah, blah. Liberals think Roe v. Wade must be protected to prevent Horton from having a who.
Say that one more time.
I just lost it.
I know.
I scrolled down.
I know. They disappear very quickly.
You got it once. That's all that matters.
Oh, there it. I found it.
The Three Little Capitalist Pigs from Hazel. Okay, let me see what Jeffrey is, because I was wondering if someone was going to use Where the Sidewalk Ends, and he puts, and I haven't read this yet, Where the Sidewalk Ends because the selfish Republicans stopped funding infrastructure projects.
Icky Dicky. Wow, that's a long one. Harold, the gender non-conforming kid with a purple crayon.
Wow, that's good. That's really good.
That's a long one, too.
Joseph Hall, Mary had a little lamb, then decided meat is murder.
She wasn't going to eat the lamb.
Love you forever, but only with consent.
Sign this.
Okay, Mojo JR15, one fish, two fish, evil Jewfish. Good, because these are hashtag liberal kids books. Because it's not enough to just recognize the failures with books like Green Eggs and Ham. You also have to change them into better books.
Wow.
So there's lots of them there.
What? Pink Floyd is the Bobbsey twin system. What's wrong with my sister?
I'm not familiar with the original book.
Neither am I, but it sounds like a fascinating plot.
Okay, this is true. This makes no sense from Lori D, but it is clearly just to get a laugh out of me, which it did. Curious George killed Harambe. Not sure that fits here, but you use Harambe, so you get bonus points. You get right on the air.
Where's Chris Cruz with his Harambe T-shirt?
I love it. Love him. Yep. Here it is. Hi, country digger. Horton has a hoo-ha. Okay. Jeff Jeffrey also has the cow jumped over the moon, but not because of American exceptionalism, but because of human exceptionalism. I would say that sounds a little speciesist.
I was going
to
to say it's a cow, so you can't really. It'd be for cow bovine.
Cows are people too.
Yes,
they are right.
Yeah. Eat more chicken. Eat more chicken.
Zach both steal. Hop on pop. Ray. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure that we can do a lot of good with this hashtag liberal kids books today if you just keep them coming in, because we're going to get this thing to go viral. This will be gargantuan.
Huge even.
So again, hashtag liberal kids books, and we'll get these things going there. It's what I'm about. I'm about being inclusive. We're just trying to get this thing done. All right.
We all want to get along. That's all.
And by the way, continue please to use that hashtag what I learned today, and we will we'll go ahead and include yours at the end of the broadcast if deemed worthy. Hey, we got a big event coming up. I think it's October 20th from Cigar and Spirit. Is it cigars or cigar or singular?
It's Cigar and Spirits.
See, I'm a little thrown off that it's singular cigar, but plural spirits.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to.
They have more than one cigar in their magazine, though, right? They have more than one. It's not just one.
And actually, this whole event is brought to you by McAuliffe Cigars. Where is my? I want my McAuliffe cigar. Okay, I'm going to start jonesing for my cigar in a minute. It's here somewhere. But yeah, the event is coming up on the 20th. It's from 5:30 to 9:30 over at the Clear Fork Ranch in Fort Worth. If you haven't got tickets, I don't know what you're waiting on. They're going to sell out, so get them now. cigarandspirits.com is the website. And see, Ron's impressed. I'm doing all this from memory. All of it from
And where's
memory.
the Clear Fork Ranch?
It's in Fort Worth. Somewhere.
Yes, Fort
Somewhere
Worth,
in Fort
Texas.
Worth,
So
yeah.
if you're not in the area, make plans to be here or be there then. And if you are in the area, certainly come out. It's Cigar and Spirits magazine, and
we'll smoke a stogie. We'll have some drinks. We'll eventually, probably have one too many and end up calling people names.
It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. So again, that is when?
It is October 20th.
That's a week from Saturday?
That is a week from Saturday. Cigarandspirits.com is the website. You can get your tickets there. Buy often and buy early.
Okay, so today is 4 weeks from the election, from the midterm elections. We are really, really close to this thing.
28 days.
So what is your speculation on what will happen? What will become of the midterm elections? I've been up and down on this thing. Damn it. I've really been all over the place.
There's not going to be a blue wave, I don't think.
It could still. I've convinced myself every which way of how this thing's going to play out.
I think that the election will be probably in terms of voter turnout will be impressive, but I don't think that the pendulum is going to swing one way or the other really dramatically. I don't think we're going to see a landslide of Republicans. I don't think we'll see a landslide of Democrats. I think that the increased voter turnout will even that whole thing out.
I'm expecting more of a blue success than a red success, just because they are more triggered and driven.
Yeah.
And the media has been pushing blue wave, blue wave, blue wave. I think they're energized. I think this is the answer to the Tea Party in 2018 and in 2010 and 2012.
But I think all of this, especially the Kavanaugh stuff, is going to get Republicans and
that
the
have
right out to vote.
But they succeeded. Kavanaugh's on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And often, that's 4 weeks away. If it was today, I think they'd be energized. But 4 weeks from now, it's like, we succeed unless something happens. I think it won't be a blue wave, but they will be more successful. I think the Senate, the Republicans actually pick up a seat or two. The House could swing the other way. More on that. We'll get some of your tweets and comments coming up on this, your Morning Mojo.
With great mojo comes great responsibility. Mojo 50. The Conservative Cartel.
I'm going to say something here. I think I pissed off a couple people on Friday. I don't like Susan Collins. I don't like Jeff Flake. And I don't like Lindsey Graham. They are rhinos. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due, because these people stepped up. And by the way, Benny Johnson over at the Daily Caller, he had a video of Lindsey Graham flat street balling. And it was funny. I can't play it on the air because little curse words. But he's the mother effer. B.I.G. is the song playing in the background as he is just waving off a protester. John McCain died and left Lindsey Graham his balls. I mean, good Lord, it happened. I like this Lindsey Graham. I like Lindsey Graham with balls. I mean, I don't know what got into that dude's Wheaties.
Well, you heard what he said on the news this morning.
Oh, he's going after the other side
he
now.
He said, I've never campaigned against any of my fellow senators, but that's all changed now.
I'm telling you, John McCain dies, and Lindsey Graham found his balls.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
Funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RADUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism, so you're burning more.
Yeah,
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com. Have you done it? You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror?
I'm one of those people you don't want to see naked.
Yeah, most of us. But I mean, you look and you're going, what the?
I know.
How did I get to whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. Hey there, it's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs to tell you about a different way to shed those pounds. This is brand new tech. It's only been around for a couple of years or so. It was based on research from the University of California that said there's a molecule called OEA that's found naturally in your body. It produces it in the Mediterranean diet, that when taken in concentrated amounts, it will actually make you feel fuller and boost your metabolism.
I've lost about 10 pounds so far.
It's amazing.
It
Now,
really is cool.
A company said, we can take this to market and make this great product that'll help you. It's called Riduzone, RIDUzone.com, RIDUzone.com. Brad's worked. It's worked for Brad's, worked for me, countless other people. Go to riduzone.com and try today. You're going to love it. Riduzone.com. Remember that, RIDUzone.com.
The Adrian Slate Show.
Again, and I've said this in the past, a business does not exist to give you a minimum wage job. You are hired as an employee because in your self-interested quest to earn money, you will then be motivated to help the vision of the business creators and owners who seek their goal, who hired you to help facilitate it. The big business isn't built to provide charity in the form of hiring. They're not there just to give everybody a job. And it isn't a relationship of top-down exploitation of the little guy they've hired. That's what a lot of people think of. Oh, the big business, big corporation, they're running me dry. That's the Sanders look, the Bernie Sanders people. They love to look at business like, oh, I'm a slave to this business. But you know what? Your self-interest to make money is what puts you in a symbiotic relationship with the business that hires you. Both self-interests from both parties are involved in this situation.
There's a better way to meet people without having to suffer through all the crazies. Weed out all the nutty people with WeThePeople.dating. That's WeThePeople.dating. It's easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
All right, I think I got it.
All right.
I think I got the best one here, the liberal kids books, and I challenge you to top this one. And there's actually two versions.
Okay.
Are you there, Allah? It's me, Margaret. Or
good.
Are you there, Mother Gaia? It's me, Sparkle Willow.
Sparkle Willow.
Wow. So get him in.
Wow.
Black Suit Larky Farkin, James and the Giant Taint. Let me see. Black Suit Larky Farkin. That's going to be a like and a retweet for that one.
Mm-hmm. How the Grinch stole welfare checks.
Nice.
Yeah, that Brad Staggs, man, he gets him going. Coopersville Jackhole, the Giving Tree, after it takes it from those gritty 1%ers and high-paid CEOs. Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason I want to bring up the teacher this morning, this is a failure. The whole liberal kids book, it shows what's going on. How do you even come up with green eggs and ham being about consent? It's not. Stop it. You can make anything about anything.
Yes.
You can see anything in anything. Have you ever been in a situation where you were so close to something emotionally, you made it out to be something it wasn't? You convinced yourself that somebody had done something. It goes to Dr. Ford's memory, our perception. We're too close to stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's nearly enough credit given to that in the world and how we deal with these things. Mm-hmm. There was, and I wish I could remember the full details. I worked at a radio station in Cleveland years ago, and we had a program director who I had some difficulties with.
I'm shocked to hear that.
Yeah, I am too. I had some difficulties with, and I didn't even. This was the one who touched my cheek. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember the one who a man touched my face? Whole different thing. Couple of months earlier. Oh no! It was actually. Oh my gosh! It was. I just remembered. It was leading up to that firing.
Right.
Okay, where he got fired. And I can't remember the full scenario, but it had been really contentious, not for me, but for everybody at the staff, that kind of led to his firing. And I don't even remember all the details. This is 20 whatever years ago. But some really bad crap went down. And one of my coworkers had said something about him getting fired. They were privy to this information.
Right.
And it built up this whole other thing that I was really close to. And I believe that somehow something went wrong for me. I don't even remember what it was. And I was stressed about it all night. I didn't sleep.
Right.
I don't mean like tossing and turning. I was up in the chair all night, awake.
Yeah.
And I built it up till by the next day, sleep deprivation for days, had convinced myself that something else had happened and that one of my other coworkers was messing with me on this thing.
Was that when you were on meth too?
Dude, that's what it was like. It was really bad. And then a couple hours later, none of it was true.
See?
Absolutely none of us do. You can make anything out to be anything. Green eggs and ham, stop it. It's about kids not wanting to eat or try certain foods. That's all it is. It's not wanting them. It's not about, trying to convince them to try your genitals. It's not about that. Hey, kids, seriously, you'll like my genitals. You'll like them in a box with a fox. That's not what's going on here. Stop it.
And it's redundant.
Say right. Thank you. Stop trying to ruin everything on top of it. Green Eggs and Ham is a fun book for kids. I liked Green Eggs and Ham. Stop it.
They see genitals and everything.
They see a problem. They see their social justice warrior movement in everything. And to tell you who these people are, academia. Primarily. There are exceptions to it. Some of you teachers out there are good and actually believe in personal freedoms and actual teaching and learning and reading, writing, arithmetic. Right? You believe, but most are cuckoo.
Yeah.
And then they're put upon. They don't make enough. And they've got the unions and everything else that are feeding them this crap as well. And then there are the teachers like Spooky Spam.
Spooky Spam?
It's Sam with 3 M's.
That'd
who?
Be Sam.
Sam. Who tweeted out over the weekend, so who's going to take one for the team and kill Kavanaugh?
Wow. That doesn't sound very nice.
Killing Kavanaugh, is that Bill O'Reilly's new book?
I think so, yeah.
That's not a party game like the Devil's Triangle. It's not a euphemism. All right, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to kill the Kavanaugh. It's all gone.
I'm sure Twitter banned her, though, immediately.
No.
Oh,
no,
what?
they didn't.
That's so strange.
Again, identified later as being a teacher. So who's going to take one for the team and kill Kavanaugh?
It was just a joke. I was just joking when I said that.
This is a teacher. It ended up being identified as a teacher in Minnesota who some people said, hey, maybe that's not appropriate. Mind you, it wasn't Twitter.
Might not be appropriate threatening to kill a Supreme Court justice. I don't know.
Yep.
Is that illegal? Where's that written?
Then after people tracked down, eventually she deleted this, scrubbed her social media, went away, all of that, but people nevertheless identified her as
Silly
the
girl.
teacher.
It didn't go away because I see it on your screen. She hasn't remembered yet that the internet is forever. Yeah. People will screen grab stuff like that. You can delete. That was her huge mistake, was deleting it. She should have just left it.
Can I share one other thing? I want you to read the tweet there.
So who's going to take one for the team and kill Kavanaugh?
This is a teacher, Brad. You see anything? You see problems with the tweet?
Yeah, she used the wrong word. She
put gonna. It should be going to.
No,
I get it.
Not
right.
that one. Not
what
that
do you mean?
one. Whose? She spelled W-H-O-S-E.
Yeah, so who's going to kill him?
No, what she meant was who is, which would be W-H-O''S.
I think you're wrong. This is a teacher, Brad.
Yeah.
She's a teacher. She knows best.
Yeah, she sure does.
No, this is just how it is now. Instead of her being wrong, we've just got to change it to who's now.
Yep, you're right.
It's a teacher.
We should have. But they took the tweet down. I was going to say that would be a fun one to just respond with the correct spelling.
I'm sure lots of people did. I mean,
Uh-huh.
come on. You're a teacher who can't get that right.
Yeah.
And then who's going to kill Kavanaugh? Come on, my golly. Can you prioritize at least?
Right.
If your job is to teach, shouldn't you know how to spell?
You'd think.
Instead, you know what we're teaching? Social justice. And who cares more? And to be sensitive. That's not your job as a teacher. Reading, writing, arithmetic, and some of the other studies as well. Get your comments in. Communiques now via Brad Staggs.
Over on Facebook, Patty says, you guys are negative to the midterms. Wow, no, because of the Kavanaugh thing, we will not be guessing on how much, but definitely going to them. And I agree with you. I think both sides are going to be I think both sides are going to come out to vote, which means that I think you're going to see an equal rise in turnout on both sides, and I think that's going to correspond to your basic.
I don't think overall the voter turnout will be huge numbers. They're promoting this going to be a big record or big turnout. No, I think it'll be average to low. I think the Democrats will do slightly bigger, not a blue wave, but they will do slightly better. Bigger turnout. And I'm just saying it because the Republicans are not energized the same way.
I think they are. I think
it's not the same as when Obama was in power. The anger drives people to the polls.
But what this whole if the Kavanaugh case was closer to the election, you're right. But I think that this was powerful enough that they'll remember.
You may be right. But again, not a blue wave. I think there will be selective races, though. The Republicans do really well. And I think they're driven in those races, in those states, in those districts because of certain candidates. For example, who was it I just saw that is more vulnerable than I would have thought? Oh, darn it. I can't remember who the senator was.
It was Tennessee? Blackburn?
No. She's doing real well, though.
She is, but Taylor Swift is not backing her.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't matter. It's not going to matter. But no, there was another one that was... shockingly is likely is on the fence. Anyway, there's a couple of those races like that,
right,
where I think those people are going to do well. I expect the Republicans to pick up a seat or two in the Senate, and I expect the Democrats are going to pick up some in the House. It'll be disproportionate. Do they get enough to take the House? It's going to be close. But here's what you have to remember. These things don't last forever because it's based on energy, and people get a malaise. Doesn't matter. So if the Democrats don't pick up a huge number here, they will 2 years from now. So choose your poison.
All things being equal, I'd say yes. But again, I go back to what Caleb Parker, our political advisor, told us, that all the rules now are changed.
That is true.
They are there since Trump. It's all different.
This is your Morning Mojo on Mojo 50.
Fighting for your right to be wrong. Mojo 50. More of Doc Thompson next. Mojo 50. This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. Mojo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Florida Panhandle is bracing for Hurricane Michael, expected to strengthen as it moves across the Gulf of Mexico. It could become a dangerous Category 3 hurricane by the time it makes landfall tomorrow along the northeast Gulf Coast. The National Hurricane Center's John Cangelosi is tracking the storm.
Maximum winds are near 90 miles an hour. Right now, it's about 500 miles or so south of Panama City, Florida, moving northward at 12 miles per hour. So that's where Michael is right now, and it's a fairly large hurricane, too, at a pretty big wind field.
Hurricane and storm surge warnings are up along Florida's Gulf Coast. Forecasters warn of dangerous storm surge flooding, destructive winds, and flooding rainfall.
I will always be humbled and proud to sit in Justice Kennedy's seat on the Supreme Court.
It's the first official day on the job for Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh.
The newly sworn-in Kavanaugh will take his seat at the end of the bench at the Supreme Court, following what he calls a contentious and emotional confirmation process. He says he's not bitter, that the High Court is not a partisan or political institution, and that he aims to be a team player on the team of 9 justices.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston. More than 1,000 people turned out last night for a ceremony honoring the memory of the 20 people killed in the limo crash in upstate New York. The service held in a riverside park in Amsterdam, New York. Governor Andrew Cuomo says the limo driver didn't have the necessary commercial license, and the vehicle failed a state inspection. Looked at such things as the chassis, suspension, and the vehicle's brakes. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures pointing to a lower open later on. Right now, Dow futures down 134 points. NASDAQ futures off 37, S&P futures down 14 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey guys, Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Are you tired of the bar scene, hoping to find the love of your life? Well, there is a better way for you single guys and ladies out there. Check out WeThePeople.dating. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating for the love of people and people of love. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
Doc Thompson, Mojo 50.
Mazie Hirono, the great senator from Hawaii, was on over the weekend and had a comment on Kavanaugh's confirmation and what this means moving forward. You ready? Here we go.
He's going to be on the Supreme Court with a huge taint. And
So there's that. I didn't realize that was even a problem.
How did...
I didn't even know that was a thing. Is that like an affliction or a disease?
Does she not have a staff of people who say...
Doctor, I'm here. It's really uncomfortable why I'm in today. Some of these things are really embarrassed if you come in.
No. It's just a safe space here. You just tell me what seems to be the problem.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
All right.
I'm going to avert my eyes.
All right.
I think I have an abnormally large taint. Sotomayor and Kagan are like, look at that guy sitting in here. And you see that large taint.
He has a huge taint!
Dating today with all the crazies out there has to be nuts.
Yes, it really would. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a place you could go to find people who think like you do?
Like me? Like libertarians and conservatives?
Right?
There is. WeThePeople.dating.
Amazing. What a genius idea. This is a site that you can go to if you're single and you are looking for somebody who you know you're going to think the same way, as for from a political freedom standpoint. If you want to date the right person for you, you'll find them in one place. WeThePeople.dating.
Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs on Mojo 50. I appreciate you joining us today. This is broadcast number 2. Are you counting them down on the monitor next to you? Is that what's going on here?
No. That's the total days that we've had nothing in that monitor. Our crack engineering staff is I don't know if they're waiting on, but
so you're putting that up to mock them.
Yes, pretty much. So we'll just see how high that number gets before
that's you. That's you.
No, it's the team. It's the engineering.
There is no engineering team. It's you.
It's the engineering team.
It's just you. You're the only one. All you have to do is run a cord.
They're next to
you. Just haven't plugged it in. You literally have not plugged it in.
It's the team, and we're going to have to call them in here.
You just
the chief engineer
pull the plug
involved.
over. You just have to run an extension cord. That's all you have to do.
They have to have a meeting about exactly. I think they've got
you realize
trademark, and there's some other forms that need to be signed before.
Those are places you used to work many years ago. Many years ago that used to operate that way.
You say that, but I was at the meeting, and that's what they told me.
Well, we do have our new studio. If you'd like to see it, it's you can see it on Facebook, Periscope, America's Voice Network. We broadcast as well. If you want to get familiar with that, it's americasvoicenews.com. They'll be up on other television providing platforms very soon as well. And we continue to grow. Where else are we? Spreaker.
Spreaker.
The podcast of this show and the cartel are available at
iHeart Media. Yeah, iHeart Podcasting and Spreaker.com.
And Spreaker.com.
And iTunes now.
And iTunes.
Oh, we're on iTunes. Yeah. We're on iTunes?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, but it's EYE-tunes. So it's not quite as impressive with the...
We've scoured news platforms and agencies around the globe for today's most profound news headlines. Presenting them now, here's Brad Staggs.
Profound indeed. The headlines are brought to you by therichsolution.com. Top story.
Isn't being rich the solution?
Yeah, I think that
unto itself?
Yes, pretty much is.
Okay.
Yes. If you're rich, that's it.
Hey, I understand you're having some troubles, is that right?
You just be rich. If you just get rich, that's the solution.
You're having trouble with your gout, right? Is that what you said? You're rich.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's all good.
And by the way, my spouse is cheating on me. You're rich now.
Yes.
Okay,
you're
it's better.
Fine. You're all fine.
Seriously, I mean, that solve the problem, but it's going to make it a hell of a lot better.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Been rich and poor, and rich is just as easy. Hurricane Michael strengthens into a Cat 7 hurricane now. Its waves can reach 45 feet. The storm surge is expected to reach Canada.
It's not going to, no.
Shortages of bread and milk are expected to last up to 15 months.
No.
Down around the Gulf of, or nothing at all.
Nothing,
it could be somewhere in the middle. I'm just trying to make sure
you're just following what's supposed to happen in the news.
We haven't.
Cat 7.
We haven't.
No. Cat 7's too small. It's way too small.
We need a Cat 10, maybe
it's
11.
Cat 77.
It's big. It is gaining strength.
The wave is so big, it will wash over the entire planet.
Yes, it will. It's going to it'll be like that snake that eats itself. It's going to the tail end. It's likely to keep growing stronger ahead of its expected strike on the Panhandle by midweek. They now say it could strengthen into a major hurricane with winds topping 111 miles per hour. But let me say that in kilometers because it sounds bigger. Winds topping 178 kilometers per hour by tonight before it hits maybe Wednesday morning. Maybe
okay,
Thursday.
And this is Panhandle?
This is Panhandle. This is Gulf. This is...
but it could shift, obviously, and it could also peter out.
Yes,
so those of you in the Panhandle are not making light of if it actually should hit or whatever. That's a possibility. But how many times have we seen the fear-mongering ahead of this stuff?
Yep.
The Florence is an example. I mean, yes, Florence ended up bringing a lot of bad, what with the rain and the flooding. We know that. A lot of people died, a lot of property loss. We get that. That's not a joke. But the buildup was not, we're going to see a lot of flooding because it's going to bring a lot of rain. That's not what they said. They said Category 5, the storm of a lifetime, the hurricane of a lifetime, and that just simply didn't pan out.
And don't you remember Mike Seidel from the Weather Channel was down there acting like he was trying to walk into the wind, and you see the two guys walking behind him.
What's that guy doing? It's like Marcel Marceau. Look, he's a guy walking in the hurricane.
Just be careful and use common sense if you're in the path of a hurricane. Just saying.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Some sort of common sense seminar.
Like the Bob Newhart. Stop it.
Because it doesn't exist anymore. But that's the thing.
Yep.
Welcome to our Common Sense Seminar. It's only $49. Yeah, there's nothing to this.
Nope.
There's lesson one. You were scammed.
You know what?
How about a scamming seminar? Scamming on how not to be scammed.
And then don't show up.
And then don't show up. That's the whole lesson. Oh my gosh, this is brilliant. Okay, edit that out, Ron. No one's allowed to hear that.
Yep, because that's going to be a good one when we do it.
Unless you want to invest in our How Not to Be Scammed seminar.
Oh.
We're looking for investors for our How Not to Be Scammed seminar.
You'll get advance notice of all the techniques. This is a weird one. The owner of that limousine company that was involved in the crash up in New York is a former FBI informant who was paid $96,000 to go undercover to expose
terror plots after fleeing to the U.S. from Pakistan.
Okay, wait a minute.
That's a headline.
Was this over the weekend?
It just came out
Monday.
yesterday.
No, I mean the original story.
The crash happened, I think, Sunday.
So 18 people died, 17 or 15 of them, a bunch of them most of them were in the limo. And it's one of those stretch SUV limos. It's barreling down the road, comes down a hill, and comes to an well, it's not even an intersection, it's a T.
Yeah.
Where they have to stop. On the other side, if the road had continued, which it didn't, was like a convenience type store or like a little country store.
Yep.
They don't stop. They blow right through it, plow into some other cars in the parking lot. Most of the people or everybody in the limo died. I think 17 of them.
Yeah, I think 18 in the limo, total
and then
20.
Two standers by.
Yeah.
Two standers-bys. Two people standing there in the parking lot.
Yep.
Were killed as well. Yep. And it was just a bizarre. I saw it and I was like, how does this happen? And then all of them die. And then now you're telling me that somebody was an FBI informant?
The owner of the company, Shahad Hussein, is the owner of Prestige Limousines, also known as Hazy Limousines. It was one of his cars that crashed. The vehicle failed a safety inspection last month, and the company has had 4 others taken off the road. Hussein also goes by Malik. He worked as an informant for the FBI after being caught running a DMV scam where he helped test takers cheat. And in 2007, he started going undercover in mosques in Newburgh, New York, to record conversations with alleged terrorists. So if this is, who knows if it's connected, but it sure is weird.
I think he's missing now, too. I think he might be MIA.
Is that right? Now, we're getting a lot of response to this on the Facebook page.
And the limo driver had been busted for drugs twice.
And again, and the limo itself was...
you hadn't mentioned the driver, right?
I had not mentioned the driver.
Okay.
No. So is he
I think he may be. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's right.
Such a bizarre
By
story.
itself, okay, I'm calling Bravo Sierra. I'm not ready to go full conspiracy theory, like all of this stuff is true. Again, if you're a cynical and skeptical enough person to believe that or entertain the idea of a conspiracy theory, like you're cynical and skeptical enough to go, maybe there was something more to JFK's assassination, shouldn't you also be that cynical and skeptical of the conspiracy theory itself?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
And then just add it all up and say how likely something is. This was a bizarre story without all that.
Yeah.
It runs all the way, and that many, they're all killed?
Yeah.
Brad.
Yeah.
I mean, just the numbers, all 18, not one of them. Well, it was life-threatening injuries. They're in critical condition. All of them killed.
All dead.
That's weird.
And I didn't see what type of, was it like a big...
I think it was a stretch
like a
SUV
Humvee?
limo.
Oh,
No.
was it so a car?
One of those long SUVs.
Right. But I
Yeah.
wonder if it was... okay, so there's the picture. It looks like it may have been like a Humvee
Maybe.
limo. If that's it right there. It's
It was an expedition.
It was an expedition. Okay, all right. So it was huge. The way that they work those things. I mean, it's just that this whole thing is bizarre. So we'll track the story.
There's a lot more to come out about that story. My speculation here is not this is big enough with the news that just an FBI informant should make everybody go, wait a minute, Spidey sense tingle in here. There is going to be a shoe to drop about this story that causes everybody to take pause and go, okay.
Just like the police Amber Geiger shooting here in Dallas.
These
are
both
two stories that
coming up.
We will keep an eye on them.
Yep.
Moving along, this is a shocker. Google did not disclose its security bug because it feared regulation.
Huh?
Government
regulation?
Yes.
And wait a minute, what government regulation has to be about security?
They gave the software bug gave third-party developers access to the private profile data of users in its Google Plus social network. In response, Google is going to shut down the consumer functionality of that. The Wall Street Journal reports that Google didn't disclose the breach when it first discovered it in March to avoid regulatory scrutiny and reputational damage.
All right, there is so many things right and wrong with this story, and I could defend and criticize Google at the same time. Number one, Google, you don't want that regulation, huh? But you are big government people. This is Google is an abomination. They really are. Because on one hand, they do all of this shady-ass bad stuff, all of the immoral stuff. all of the stuff, and again, you give your stuff and I give my stuff freely to these social media. I get that. That's fine. Not saying that. But all of the back deal and the spying and everything they do where they don't outwardly, actively disclose all this stuff to us. They're not promoting that. But at the same time, these shady-ass people are big progressives. And then defend government, but then run from government's regulation.
Yep. Welcome to 2018.
No, you know what it is? This shows they are progressive because they are inconsistent.
Well,
their ideas and values conflict.
And they're too big to fail.
Oh, my friend.
Well, I mean, what if Google went away? How would we find anything online?
Google thinks they are, but let me tell you, they're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
The government, I would say the
General
government
Motors.
will
Look at McDonald's. Look at all of these former blue chippers that were untouchable. Nah. Everybody has their day in the sun, and everything comes to an end.
I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me mojo or give me death. Mojo 50.
Hey, are you tired of the bar scene? Tired of trying to meet people that maybe you just don't know? I'll tell you what, I'm a classic example of online dating. I met my beautiful wife online on a dating platform, and you can too. Check out wethepeople.dating. There's a better way for all of you single guys and you ladies out there. You know what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner ought to be your number one goal, just like the Constitution. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, if you're looking for someone, you don't have any time, you've got a computer, you've got an internet, you can start browsing wethepeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner shouldn't be a mantra, it should be a goal. For the love of people and people of love. Listen to Matt Locke. Check out wethepeople.dating.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's D-I-A, thrive.com.
You cannot retreat to your safe spaces. There are no therapy poodles allowed when facing the truth. And that's just how we like it. Straight, hard-hitting, conservatarian truth. On the rocks. No chaser. No marches. No protest. Only small, limited government, constitutional conversations. Exclusively on Mojo 50. We get into foreign policy. We get into national politics. We get into constitutional, libertarian, conservative ideology. We put the brakes on the media spin by destroying the lies, dismantling the narratives, and bringing you the stone-cold hard truth. Every weekend on Mojo 50. Join me, Adrian Slade, for a raging hour-long discussion, deconstructing the headlines and delivering you the entire full story. Only on Mojo 50. Live free.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
Hey, it's Doc Thompson. Got the new show on Mojo 50 coming up. Hopefully you'll join us for that. And as a regular feature, my good friend, my life partner, Chef Patrick Mosier. I mean that in a food sort of way.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You'll be joining us on the broadcast as well?
Absolutely. Every day that you ask me to.
Talking food and business and prostitutes, right? Because you're the food biz pro, and that's what the pro's for.
It's all about cocaine and hookers.
It's all about cocaine and hookers until somebody gets arrested. And then it's about the legal system. And, well, you get the point. We'll be talking talking food and food trends and business. And of course, we'll be spotlighting business as I always have on my broadcast. But Chef Patrick MoJo will join us, and he has his own platform starting soon on Spoonie Radio.
Spoonie Radio, 24-hour food talk radio.
Can you really talk about food for 24 hours a day?
I could, but even I don't want to listen to myself talk about food for 24 hours. So we will have
somebody will.
Someone will be on the air 24 hours a day talking food, fun, travel, culture, and more than anything, food.
All right. Let's get back to your headlines now with Brad Staggs.
Indeed, it is National Pro-Life Cupcake Day.
What?
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Oh, I get it. Who's the cupcake? Oh, you're pro-life, huh?
Not,
who's the tomato?
Not
Who's the
like
broad?
That. No,
Who's
this
the,
is
hey, cupcake, you're pro-life, huh?
On this date, cupcakes are baked to honor the lives of those not yet born and to raise awareness about the issue of abortion. Cupcakes are a sweet way to get a conversation started on a difficult subject. Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Here's a cupcake.
Oh, thank you.
You like
I
that
love
cupcake?
cupcakes. It's just so good. I like it.
Hey, let's talk about abortion.
Excuse me. I'm just
I know the cupcake. I mean, you're enjoying that, right? That's a pro-life cupcake. I want to talk about abortion.
A pro-life cupcake?
Yeah. Abortion. I hand you to the cupcake because it's a good way to start a conversation.
Ironically,
about abortion.
Ironically, if that's your plan, it's an abortion.
It really is. But
pro-life, come on.
Good luck.
Listen, I'm pro-life. I don't believe in abortion, but sometimes I just want a cupcake. Why does everything have to be a thing?
I just want a cupcake.
Why does everything have to be a thing? How come everything has to? I just can't have cupcake.
I totally agree with you.
Because you know what happens? If you do the, I know, we've got to talk about abortion now and why it's so bad.
Right.
So how about we launch a pro-life cupcake campaign?
Let's do something
You know what
nice.
happens? Somebody comes up with a pro-abortion cookie campaign, and then somebody else comes up with a social justice pizza campaign, and before you know it, I can't even have a friggin' slice of pizza without you knuckleheads triggering me about some political issue.
Keep your damn
This stuff leads to how come athletes just don't play ball?
Right?
That everything is hyper-politicized. Stop it.
How come singers don't just sing, Taylor Swift?
Right. Why? We're culpable in this too. Pro-life cupcakes.
I just
so imagine the person who is not being political at all.
Right.
Who just brings in cupcakes to work today. And they're rabid pro-abortion, feminazi, Planned Parenthood donating boss sees the cupcakes.
Yep. Well, good, Jenny. I'm glad you brought in those pro-life cupcakes.
No, I just cupcakes.
That's
I just
fine.
like cupcakes.
Those are cupcakes, you right-wing nut job.
You were close.
Get your damn.
That you're close, but the boss would be this female Nazi boss. So, Julie, you brought in the cupcakes, huh? You pro-life Nazi. You know, Hitler was pro-life.
Yeah, that's couldn't drink tequila either.
Yeah, why couldn't Hitler drink tequila?
He was a mean drunk. It was on this day in 1974 that Oskar Schindler died. They made the movie. 1967.
You know, by the way, I've never seen that movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through myself. I hear it's very good, but it's very emotional.
It's one of those ones. It's on the list. I just never got.
And in 1967, someone was executed. And I'll give you a clue. Yesterday, he was defeated. They didn't waste any time killing the guy.
I don't remember who that was.
Che Guevara. He was. Remember, yesterday he was defeated. Yeah. Today he was executed. This day in 1967.
Wow, they didn't.
No, they didn't wait. There was no grass growing under their feet.
Well, I lost and they're imprisoning me.
Yep.
Well, maybe I'll appeal for the next 20.
Bang.
Wait, I'm dying already?
He's dead. He was dead. And you know what? It kind of quelled that whole movement there for a while.
Yep.
That's what happens. Do that stuff at the courthouse steps. John Lennon would be 180 today if he were still alive, but he died.
Yeah.
He'd be 78 today. He's been dead for almost. Can that be right? He died in 1980, which is 40
years.
40 years ago?
Wow. Imagine that.
Wow. man, that just did not register with
Imagine
me.
a 78-year-old John Lennon.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Imagine there's
Right.
yeah.
Sharon Osbourne, 65. Tony Shalhoub is 64.
Wait, she's
today.
only 65?
I know.
She don't be looking good. Who's Tony Shalhoub?
Tony Shalhoub, he's a monk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love I've run into him twice on the streets of New York. Twice.
Insurance
That's
company is
weird. Yeah,
God,
I know,
I hate
right?
that.
And Claudia Allende is 24 today. I cannot.
Claudia, are you 24?
24 years old today.
Okay, Ron is giving you the who.
All right.
For people like Ron who don't know who
Get
who is.
clued in. Claudia Allende
Yeah, I
is
don't
an
know she
Instagram star with 10 million followers, and she only follows 267 people, so she's got 10
What does she post?
million.
I mean, to
It
those people
doesn't-
don't know.
It doesn't. Pictures, Instagram. She's hot.
That's why she has.
Look her up.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. It is time, once again, my friends.
Oh, you got to do that.
Learning week.
Oh, you got to do that.
with its roots in hell.
Yeah, we're talking about marijuana is what we're doing here. Marijuana is apparently worse for teen brains than alcohol. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten high before I came in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Cannabis causes lasting cognitive impairment in adolescents, according to Canadian researchers.
All right. I'm sorry. I cannot buy any of these stories when I know how the alcohol industry, alcohol producers have kept marijuana illegal for all these years. I cannot take any of this research serious. It may be far worse, but I can't take it because I know often it was funded and promoted by the alcohol producers.
Well, and they're Canadian researchers. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, they're not.
They're not. They're
doing
like
anything legit.
pretend researchers, Canadian.
Well, we heard it is.
Yeah.
We heard that's what they're
it's
basing
bad
it on.
for your brain. Hey, take off.
Yeah, I can't take any of it serious when they're like that. And knowing that marijuana is still a Schedule I drug.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Worse than cocaine.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. Until you put it in proper person, I'm not willing to hear any of this stuff out.
Nope.
As long as it is higher than cocaine, where they say that is more of a concern, you've lost all credibility, and I'm not listening.
Well, they say adolescents who begin using marijuana regularly may suffer lasting repercussions in their thinking ability, according to scientists.
I don't doubt it, but I'm not willing to deal with this. I'm not willing to make any changes until you stop vilifying it greater than you do cocaine and heroin.
Yeah, but these researchers followed 3,800 adolescents over 4 years. That's creepy.
That is right. You're following them around.
3,800. This was an excuse to follow hot girls. That's all it was. Canada, we're on to you.
That's a big scam.
Don't even think that we don't know what you're talking about. How many squirrels does it take to populate Central Park?
3.
It's one of the enduring mysteries that there will soon be an answer. They've actually started a committee. There's going to be a squirrel census for Central Park. They have begun counting them.
Why?
We have finished. We have
Why?
solved all of the world's problems. We are now counting the
I know.
squirrels.
So they all get the appropriate amount of government funding. Is that the reason we're counting them?
Yep. TheRichSolution.com brought you the headlines.
Wow.
Adjust your mojo now. Thank you. The Conservative Cartel.
I'm going to say something here. I think I pissed off a couple people on Friday. I don't like Susan Collins. I don't like Jeff Flake. And I don't like Lindsey Graham. They are rhinos. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due because these people stepped up. And by the way, Benny Johnson over at the Daily Caller, he had a video of Lindsey Graham flat street balling. And it was funny. I can't play it on the air because little curse words. But he's the mother effer. B.I.G. is the song playing in the background as he is just waving off a protester. John McCain died and left Lindsey Graham his balls. I mean, good Lord, it happened. I like this Lindsey Graham. I like Lindsey Graham with balls. I mean, I don't know what got into that dude's Wheaties.
Well, you heard what he said on the news this morning.
Oh, he's going after the other side now.
He said, I've never campaigned against any of my fellow senators, but that's all changed now.
I'm telling you, John McCain dies and Lindsey Graham found his balls.
Hey, guys, it's Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. You know, everyone lives with a little bit of pain, but living with diabetes can be a real pain. While you may have to test your blood sugar and take insulin, ordering your testing supplies shouldn't be one more pain you have to deal with. At least it's not when you work with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to your home when you need them. Gone are the days of visiting multiple stores to find the right strips, waiting in long lines to purchase your supplies, or sorting through your insurance requirements to figure out what they cover. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive saves you time and money. Plus, they're pretty fun to work with, too. So why don't you give Diathrive a chance to show you there's a better way to manage your diabetes? They're so convinced that you'll love their service that they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code MATT, that's M-A-T-T, at checkout. Be sure to head out to the web right now and check these guys out. It's Diathrive.com.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
Funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RADUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism, so you're burning more.
Yeah,
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com.
We've arrived.
What do you mean?
We've hit the big time.
What are you talking about?
I didn't tell you. We're live on Mojo 50 now.
Oh, that. I could have sworn they were just pulling a fast one on us.
Either that or someone at the top has had a mild stroke. Regardless, we now have to make a promo.
Okay, well, that seems simple enough. How long does this have to be?
I was told that we need to take about 60 seconds or so and tell everyone about ourselves.
All right. I was born in a blizzard in the bleak hours of the morning in November.
No, I don't think we need to go back quite that far.
All right, then. I'm Steven.
And I'm Dylan, and we're hosts of the Defenders of American Exceptionalism,
or DOAE show for short.
And we are live Wednesdays and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
We go through the politics of today and how it affects the culture and vice versa. And we try to bring it back to the Constitution and the principles above privilege.
I feel like there should be a shirt made with that on it.
Yeah, we already have that.
Oh, so don't forget to check us out. Defenders of American Exceptionalism live Wednesdays and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American made and serve those who serve us, our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com, use promo code DOC, and get 15% off your purchase. That's neverforgottenapparel.com.
The nice thing about Facebook Live and watching us on Facebook Live, that during the commercials, although there's no audio, you still get to see a little bit of what happens behind the scenes.
For now.
For now.
For now. That may be changing soon.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well,
okay.
If we give them everything, what are they going to pay for?
The Hill. You familiar with the publication, The Hill?
Mm-hmm.
They wrote about Susan Rice being interested in a Senate run against Susan Collins from Maine. Susan Collins ended up voting for confirmation for Brett Kavanaugh.
Yep.
And by the way, did you watch Susan Collins's final speech?
I listened to it, and
did you get the whole thing? It's like 45 minutes.
No, I didn't get the whole thing. I got I think I got the last 10 minutes of it or something, but it was
for her presentation for what she's done and said and how she sounds in the past is a 10 out of 10. She crushed it.
Yeah,
for the average person's performance or people, it was still an 8 out of 10. The content was a 10 out of 10. She laid out the argument supporting, confirming Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was. I just didn't agree with her on Dianne Feinstein, but the rest of it was good.
Yeah, that's true. I will give you that. The Dianne Feinstein stuff was a failure. She was being political.
But yes, I agree. Other than that, yeah, I thought that she was spot
Although
on.
politically speaking, maybe that wasn't a failure because she came out in support of another female. And if you noticed who sat behind her, 2 other female senators.
Yeah.
So the ladies, right.
All right.
I mean, for this argument, but
yeah,
amazing. She crushed it. Shockingly, I don't know why she would support it. I also don't agree with her views on protecting a woman's right to have abortions. And I don't support that nonsense. There's a huge failure there.
Playing the political game.
But amazing speech and laid it out perfectly. Well, the Susan Rice, former national security advisor and to the UN, secretary of the UN.
Yep.
Said she may run against Susan Collins.
Now, this is the same Susan Rice that came out and told us that the Benghazi attack was because of a video game.
Yep. Now, she didn't end up, she withdrew her name for Secretary of State under Obama when he was looking to replace Hillary.
Right.
Excuse me. Because of Benghazi. She thought that was going to be.
She thought that. Does she now think that enough time has passed that people will?
I think she has, yeah.
Well,
now,
I was just telling you what they told me.
She initially said something like it would be too expensive and timely because of the Benghazi thing. Not that they did anything wrong because there's evil Republicans and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So she initially basically said she'd come out and challenge Susan Collins, but then said, kind of walked it back a little bit. Well, I'm exploring that type of thing. So The Hill writes about it.
Right.
They write the headline, Susan Collins likely to be challenged by Susan Rice. Susan Rice thinking of challenging Susan Collins. And when they put up the story about Susan Rice, they put a picture of Condoleezza Rice. And isn't that easy to understand because they all look alike?
And by them, you mean women, right?
I mean, by they all look alike, I mean those female former national security advisors.
Yep, they sure do.
With the name Rice.
Yep.
They all look alike.
Yep, they sure do.
See, I bring that up because when they did that, instead of just saying, oh, it was a failure,
right?
The claims of racism popped up because what? They all look alike because they're black? Folks. Yes, they are both black, but they are all both women.
Yes.
And they both have the last name Rice.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you've gotten that part of it or not. They didn't just, both of them former national security advisors.
Wow. And who was it that made the mistake and actually swapped up the pictures?
The Hill.
Okay, well then. You know, if the New York Times had done that or Huffington Post,
yeah, see, wouldn't have been
a problem.
The New York Times did do it recently.
Oh.
They had a caption that said Omarosa with a picture of Angela Bassett in their print version.
Angela Bassett doesn't look like Omarosa.
I think they did that in their print version. I don't think it was just
which is a whole lot more expensive to change because you got to go pick up all the papers
just out there. They don't
and you got to paste the new picture over the old one. It takes a lot of time. It's just that's going to be expensive.
But I was so frustrated when I saw this. The headline: Soledad O'Brien does a screen grabber response, tweets to it. All black people look the same.
You know, Soledad of all people.
Linda Vestardis, some random tweeter, responded. So any African American women will do for the photo. This is inexcusable in all capitals. You owe a huge apology to the real Susan Rice. Stop it. Number one, it was a mistake. You've not made any mistake today, Soledad O'Brien.
They're all perfect.
And Linda Vols, whatever your name is. You've not made any mistakes today. You didn't make any yesterday, the day before?
Yeah, but this is intentional. You're just trying to...
It's not intentional, and it's not unintentional racism or systemic racism or societal racism. It's none of that stuff. It is a person named Rice with another person named Rice. Here it is. I'm going to type in Rice. Maybe off the top of their head, somebody confused the Rices. They both did similar jobs for back-to-back administrations. They were both national security advisors. Condoleezza Rice went on to eventually become Secretary of State. Susan Rice was, at one time, Secretary to the UN, who was in the running for Secretary of State. Guys, come on.
And in a file list, their names are going to be right on top of each other.
Right.
If you click with your mouse and you accidentally hit, come on.
So imagine you're doing in your list, you're doing Rice, and you're like, let me go get another stock photo of Susan Rice.
Yep.
And you just saw the Rices. Your mind looks at Condoleezza. You write out Condoleezza Rice. Somebody else says Condoleezza Rice. Maybe you joked and said something. I didn't realize. I hadn't realized it and thought about it until this story. They have had similar positions in the government. Sorry. And their last names are Rice. Both female, both black.
Yep.
Okay. So is black part of it? Okay, maybe. But nevertheless, if one was black and one was white, this wouldn't have happened?
this is where we are now. We've come down to you cannot even make a mistake anymore without somebody blaming you or accusing you of racism or sexism or sexual harassment or sexual assault or sexual this or.
I saw this headline. I realized how careful I have to be.
Why? Why do you have to be more careful about this?
Because for years I've told people about Nostalgia wild rice, which is black.
That's true.
So imagine if in the middle of this I were to do a Nostalgia wild rice commercial, right?
Yeah. And
so,
it is awful yummy. I mean,
it is amazing. So I'm just saying, it's
very tasty. And if you wanted some, you could go to their website and get some.
You could absolutely do that.
Really, really good.
Just saying, it's out there,
especially with fruit on it. I love fruit on that black rice. Wild rice.
Maybe we just move on.
I don't know. It's good. The whipped cream too. I'm just saying.
Good stuff there.
It is
good stuff
yummy.
Get the tweets in with the hashtag What I Learned Today. You can also post them on Facebook, so we call them communiques. Also, hashtag What I Learned Today.
TJ Toppin. If Susan Rice was to run for San Francisco mayor, she may win just from the people thinking it was Jerry Rice.
And what racism that would be.
Right?
It's racist as well.
Yes, it is.
It's racist and racist.
They should all go to jail. Pink Floyd says the Rice affair was simply an exercise in laziness. Yeah, somebody didn't double check. Somebody didn't.
They did, but that one, you could even see somebody double checking and still not catching it. I mean, race could be a part of why they made the mistake. It doesn't make it racist. And here's an important thing to remember. We say, and a lot of people claim something is racist or it's racism when it is not.
No.
But it may be racial. That has nothing to do with it. So, for example, if we are talking about the difference between people or a similarity of people, and it's germane, and we talk about race, Brad and I are of the same race. I think. Okay.
Yeah. No.
You like mayonnaise?
I love mayonnaise.
Good. We're both the same race.
Yes.
All right. We are the same race. So that is racial. We're talking about our race. It doesn't mean racist.
No.
Now, when I mentioned the mayonnaise thing, that could be considered racist because it is a racist stereotype to say white people like mayonnaise. Although, is it really a stereotype if it's true? That's a whole different argument.
Yeah, it really is. That would take too long to get into. But.
So this could be, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and say it was racial on some level. On some level, even if only subtle, they went, people with similar jobs in the past, their last name's Rice, black women, right? You put that all out there, and
it all makes sense.
It becomes less easy to distinguish in your mind between the two of them. But it is absolutely, how would it be racist, even if the person went, oh yeah, they're black women, they look the same in my head, whatever. How is that racist? Are they keeping either one of them down? Are they saying they have a preference over either one of them or over somebody white?
No.
They're saying, you know what, the two ladies that are black named Rice, but I'd rather have the white lady named Rice. Come on. It's not racist. It's not racism, even with any stretch of the imagination. And I'm fine with Soledad O'Brien cracking wise about all black people look alike or whatever, if it was a satirical joke. But Soledad O'Brien has a big racist chip on her shoulder. That's who she is. Like many minorities in America. I'm tired of it. We played into this nonsense by allowing, you can't say this word and you can't say that. Stop it. Are you a good person? Then walk away. Move on. No, we absolutely shouldn't have denied people the ability to sit at certain counters by societal norm. Restaurants, you want to discriminate against somebody else? You want to serve somebody you don't? That's up to you. And I'll stand by that. I'm not coming into your restaurant. Why can't we just be good people and leave people alone? Because of these knuckleheads out there that have tried to mandate the government or say that the government must mandate good feelings and goodwill and support of people. It's not going to happen. Some people are just going to not like other people, and sometimes that's going to be based on race or height or weight, and it's fine. The rest of us should live our lives and treat people well. The more you play into this nonsense, the worse you make it. Look around. We had a black president, for Pete's sake. We've gotten beyond all this stuff. No, there's so much more work to do. Only because you jackasses will not leave it alone.
I'm all over that like white on rice.
Okay, see, right there. That's part of the problem, Brad.
Is that a problem?
Your little jokety jokes.
Happily promoting the 4 F's: freedom, faith, free markets, and fun. Mojo 50. Doc Thompson, Mojo 50.
Mazie Hirano, the great senator from Hawaii, was on over the weekend and had a comment on Kavanaugh's confirmation and what this means moving forward. You ready? Here we go.
He's going to be on the Supreme Court with a huge taint. And
so there's that. I didn't realize that was even a problem.
How did...
I didn't even know that was a thing. Is that like an affliction or a disease?
Does she not have a staff of people who say...
Doctor, I'm here. It's really uncomfortable why I'm in today. Some of these things are really embarrassed if you come in.
No. It's just a safe space here. You just tell me what seems to be the problem.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
All right.
I'm going to avert my eyes.
All right.
I think I have an abnormally large taint. Sotomayor and Kagan are like, look at that guy sitting in here, and you see that large taint.
He has a huge taint!
Hey guys, Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Are you tired of the bar scene, hoping to find the love of your life? Well, there is a better way for you single guys and ladies out there. Check out WeThePeople.dating. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating for the love of people and people of love. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner. Wow. Hey guys, Ron Phillips from the Conservative Cartel. I want to tell you about a new weight loss product that's quickly becoming part of our Mojo 50 family. Okay, so it was launched by this Texas company who have taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. That's right. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. In a 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser, you remember that show? It showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. Rid-U-Zone, that's R-I-D-U Zone, contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. If you are struggling every day with cravings, try Rid-U-Zone. It makes it so much easier to control your appetite and not think about food all day. That's my problem. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to riduzone.com and enter code MATT. That's M-A-T-T. Again, that's riduzone.com. R-I-D-U-Z-O-N-E.com. Rid-U-Zone.
The Adrian Slade Show.
Again, and I've said this in the past, a business does not exist to give you a minimum wage job. You are hired as an employee because in your self-interested quest to earn money, you will then be motivated to help the vision of the business creators and owners who seek their goal, who hired you to help facilitate it. The big business isn't built to provide charity in the form of hiring. They're not there just to give everybody a job. And it isn't a relationship of top-down exploitation of the little guy they've hired. That's what a lot of people think of. Oh, the big business, big corporation, they're running me dry. You know, that's the Sanders look, the Bernie Sanders people. They love to look at business like, oh, I'm a slave to this business. But you know what? Your self-interest to make money is what puts you in a symbiotic relationship with the business that hires you. Both self-interests from both parties are involved in this situation.
There's a better way to meet people without having to suffer through all the crazies. Weed out all the nutty people with WeThePeople.dating. That's WeThePeople.dating. It's easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
Just cracks me up, Brad, and I have to talk with our hands over our mouths during the breaks, just in case people are lip reading. It's like Casino and Joe Pesci where they're walking out. He's like, what do you got there? What's going on there? the whole time during the breaks.
You know, that's not bad advice if you're walking down the street. There are so many cameras now, you can't say anything without somebody knowing what you're saying.
Well, and understand, we're doing this specifically because we're talking about people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even about issues, like an F-bomb.
Ow.
I mean, somebody's like, I think Doc dropped an F-bomb there, maybe something like that. No, it's about specific people. Absolutely, we're talking about people. Hey, okay, we're back. Good deal.
And they know who they are.
Yes, they do.
They certainly do. Sneaking Duck, hashtag liberal kids books. Grandma Feinstein forgets about the rape letter she's sitting on.
You could have just put Grandma Feinstein forgets. Or Grandma Feinstein. Or just Feinstein.
Any of those.
All very acceptable.
Let's see. TJ Toppin, the sound of outrage. That's good. That's simple. That's a thinking man's. And then there's a Snark Lizard, the Jackhole whatever. The little engine who's here to do the job American engines just won't do. Right? He's just here in this country because he wants an honest day's work as an engine.
He wants a better way of life.
He's trying to take care of all of his family of train cars back in Mexico.
I'm not sure I can use the exact verbiage. I'll clean it up and just use rape. This cleans it up. Okay. But I think it was Lori D's had one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, raped, Sweatnik.
Wow.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
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 Hey, have you do you have an Element mattress?
I have a Casper.
Yeah, you want to get an Element mattress.
I think I do.
You absolutely want to get one. And there's a lot of companies out there that have offered similar, you buy through the mail, whatever. But I have an Element mattress. I've had other other mattresses in the past. Element mattress is absolutely the best mattress we've had.
I want to try one. I'm open to trying one.
My wife was absolutely not interested in this.
Why?
Because they're based on memory foam.
Yeah.
And memory foam 20 years ago, do you remember what that was?
Oh, yeah. It was a sweat box.
It was like a sweat box, and it was like sleeping in a well.
Yeah.
Right? You lay there, you're like, I'm sinking. It's like that scene in Train Spotting where he just falls back and dies in or whatever. And that's not the case anymore. They come in a box, and you open it up, and it all expands. Really easy. It works great. But one of the things about the Element mattress that you need to know is the Element copper mattress. And what this does, it's copper ion fabric that are specifically woven. So it's going to be antibacterial, antifungal, and it kills dust mites.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that comes in really handy at your house, too.
It does. Well, anybody that has any type of allergy, this is going to help so much right off. Because even if you're changing your sheets in that, and even if you're really cautious about it, the stuff gets into your bed. It just does. You can't avoid it. It's going to get into the mattress.
Have you ever seen the pictures of those mites?
Oh, disturbing. This is what sets the Element copper mattress aside from at Element Mattress. Plus, 100% made in the USA. It comes with free delivery, 100 nights sleep on it for free guarantee. And if you don't like it, they'll refund your money in full. Oh, by the way, they'll give you a free lifetime warranty.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah. The Element mattress is the single greatest mattress company in America today. And like I said, I've dealt with them. I've had advertisers. I've tried mattresses. Oh, remind me to tell you about going to, I think what's the big one? Denver Mattress? Is that the chain store that's out there? I think that's it that I went to one time. The little scam about how you know if it's firm or not. Damn it.
Oh, what do they do?
Oh, they do this whole little scam. Okay, I'll do. So I go in there, and I think I was in Albuquerque, moved to town. I had to get a mattress. And I go in, I'm just looking around, and the salesman starts the high. It's this chick. High sales pressure. And I'm just looking. So finally, I'm like, all right, show me the mattress. And she's like, so you got your mattress and the average mattress out there, and they don't give you the proper support.
Right.
And she's like, look at this one for $1 billion. That's the one you need. Okay, let me show you how. So she goes, lay down on this mattress here. Okay, so lay close to the edge of the bed. Now put your arm out at a 45-degree angle, kind of like a Hitler salute while you're laying down. I'm like, yes. And she stands next to me and she pushes down on my arm. Okay, and she She puts all of her weight and slams my arm down. I mean, she goes, see how easy your arm goes down? I can just push that right down. It shows you're not getting the support. Just right down. And I was like, okay. And she goes, now get on this $1 billion mattress here. Look, because I can't even push that down. See, I can't even. And I was like, wow, that's incredibly scientific.
What's even weirder is I just had a friend do that to me with food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the same thing. It's the stress test. And it's like, what?
How do you do it with food?
That you think of a certain food and hold your arm out and they push it down. And you think if they can push it down, that's bad for you. If they can't push your arm down, that's good for you. So it's like chocolate. Oh, you don't want to eat chocolate. Broccoli. Oh, I can't push your arm. I don't know. It's the same thing as the mattress, though.
Listen, there are so many questions when it comes to buying mattresses and stuff. Just go to elementmattress.com, and we have a special Mojo 50 discount for you. The discount is 50%. You buy an Element mattress and use the promo code ELEMENT, or use the promo code Mojo50, and they're going to give you 50% off.
Is that right?
Yeah. They said, we want to be a part of mojo50.com. We like what you're doing. We like you, Doc. We know that you appreciate our mattress. We're going to give your audience 50% off right now. You got to go there immediately. Elementmattress.com, 50% off with the promo code Mojo50. Elementmattress.com. All right, now explain to me what the food thing is. I get the mattress. So let me explain it again. So she's standing next to me.
Right.
And she was a kind of a bulky woman anyway.
Right.
And the difference, it was so obvious when she's like, look at this, I can't even push your arm down.
So she wasn't trying.
She's like tapping. Like, put your arm out right now. Put your arm. She's like this. See, she's like, I can't look at this. I can't.
Yeah.
It's like I got Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. I can't even push it down, right? And then the other mattress, put your arm. She's like, ah!
That's
She went all sumo wrestler.
Same thing.
Okay, now what was the food? How does that?
It's in theory. I was told that your body knows what it needs from a food standpoint. So
I believe that.
And so so you want to eat chocolate? We'll do the stress. Hold your arm out and whoa. See, I could push your.
What?
But if you think
what does your arm have to do with eating the chocolate?
What does it have to do with you sleeping either?
Well, no, I mean the sleeping at least there. I mean it's
no,
full.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
No, it does because at least the sleeping, and I'm telling you, it's BS what she did. It doesn't matter as part of your sleeping, but at least if she's making the argument that the mattress is firmer or not, you could say, okay, she can't push it down because of the firmness of the mattress, right?
That still wouldn't make it. If your arm is up,
I mean, it's complete BS. But how does thinking of a food?
Because your muscle reaction will
change between the. They do that stupid crap with the bracelets. It's got the magnets in them, dude. Have you seen that?
Wait, are you saying that that's a scam?
It is a damn scam.
Well, I'm going to take the ones off my ankles. I got 7 of them on. They told me I'd be rich and famous.
I've got them in my pocket, and they're certainly not working.
They don't tell you they're going to do that the first time they do it.
No.
So your brain's not prepared for it. But then the next time you're like, hell no, I'm not letting my arm go down.
Well,
see, now the bracelet's working. The food's working. The mattress is working.
Wow.
Wow, I got
How does the food do it? Just thinking of
it. Just thinking of it. That's what I was told. Is that you think of it.
Is a male or female friend?
She's a woman.
Okay.
I assume she's a woman. I've only known her for 40 years. I assum she's a woman. I've never seen her in a state
Now
of
think
undress.
of me naked. You will respond.
Yeah, we'll say that in the copper thread too. I've heard because I thought that the copper thing, like the Tommy Copper stuff, was crap. And actually, I know somebody hit that worn those, and they work.
Well, the copper thread stuff in the mattress is different because that's actually they're not saying it's going to make you feel metaphysically better. It has nothing to do with that.
Does it help bed bugs versus dust
it keeps the dust
mites
mites and
down.
it's antibacterial.
Yeah, okay.
But it does work in those other which again I thought sounded like a scam using copper thread in those compression sleeves.
In the sleeves, that's different.
And
Okay,
it works
that's
there
durable.
too.
That's
So
different.
there's something about copper. Our blood has got copper in it.
It does.
It's got to be good for you.
There is only one thing from keeping me from being rich. Okay, there's 2 things. Lack of talent.
And?
There's 3 things. Lack of intelligence. And that I actually have the smallest, thinnest bit of morality.
No.
Because we would so be able to scam people with this.
It would be fun.
Think of a number.
Troll shaming 24/7. Mojo 50. More of Doc Thompson next. Mojo 50. This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. Mojo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Evacuation orders have been issued for parts of the Florida Gulf Coast as Hurricane Michael continues intensifying as it moves across the Gulf of Mexico. The National Hurricane Center's John Cangelosi says it's expected to be a monster storm by the time it roars ashore.
It's going to be likely to make landfall in the Florida Panhandle, the Florida Big Bend area during the day Wednesday. That is our current thinking. And it's likely to make landfall as a major hurricane, so that's Category 3 or stronger on the scale.
The National Weather Service warning of a potentially catastrophic event, and Florida Governor Rick Scott is pleading with people to comply with evacuation orders. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh hears his first arguments as a Supreme Court justice this morning after being ceremonially sworn in last night at the White House.
President Trump, before Brett Kavanaugh took the ceremonial oath of office, apologized to him and his family for the bitter personal confirmation battle.
What happened to the Kavanaugh family violates every notion of fairness, decency, and due process.
Last Saturday's narrow Senate confirmation vote ended a political fight that included allegations of sexual impropriety leveled against Kavanaugh from when he was in high school and college. After taking the oath, he said,
"That process is over. My focus now is to be the best justice I can be."
Even though Kavanaugh is on the court, both parties see his confirmation battle as a major campaign issue in the coming midterm elections. Tim McGuire, Washington.
New York's governor says a driver of the limo that crashed over the weekend, killing 20 people, didn't have the necessary commercial license. The vehicle had failed a state safety inspection. Last night in Amsterdam, New York, a candlelight vigil for the crash victims. On Wall Street this morning, Dow futures are down 95 points, NASDAQ futures off 26, and S&P futures down 11 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's D-I-A, thrive.com.
This is David Barton with another moment from America's history. Over recent years, elections and politics in general have become increasingly partisan. One party is pitted against the other as each advances its own stereotypes. President George Washington believed this was detrimental to the nation. He declared, "Let me warn you in the most solemn manner against the baneful effects of the spirit of party. Its common and continual mischiefs are sufficient to make it the interest and duty of a wise people to discourage and restrain it. It agitates the community with ill-founded jealousies and false alarms. It kindles the animosity of one party against another. In governments purely elective, the spirit of party is a spirit not to be encouraged. Therefore, in this year's elections, do not allow a political party to be a deciding factor. Vote for each candidate according to the principles and policies that he individually represents."
For more information on God's hand in American history, contact Wall Builders at 1-800-8-REBUILD.
Dating today with all the crazies out there has to be nuts.
Yes, it really would. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a place you could go to find people who think like you do?
Like me, like libertarians and conservatives?
Right?
There is. WeThePeople.dating.
Amazing. What a genius idea. This is a site that you can go to if you're single and you are looking for somebody who you know you're going to think the same way, as for from a political freedom standpoint. If you want to date the right person for you, you'll find them in one place. WeThePeople.dating.
Well, okay then. Well, all right. Lots of tweets coming in with the hashtag What I Learned Today. It's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs and Mojo 50.
I almost read this tweet that you had to clean up earlier. The little train who could.
Oh, yeah. This is a phrase there that's a little edgy. It shouldn't be, but it is.
But okay, here's the thing. It has become part of the vernacular now. I mean, with the whole Kavanaugh thing, we've got gang rape, we've got Devil's Triangle, we've got...
yeah, that's a drinking game, though.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's 2 men and a woman.
Okay.
Yeah. All of these things that have become basically part of the lexicon now, but then you look at them, it's like, whoa.
What I think is amazing is language, how it's evolved, where there are just a lot of terms, phrases, things we say that used to be absolutely verboten, but now are standard. We are, honest to God, I believe, at best 5 years from formerly what was perceived as respectable news outlets like ABC using the F word in their stories. And I don't mean as quotes.
Right. Oh, just saying it right on out.
That the, was it David Muir? Somebody like that?
Right.
David Muir sitting there like this. We begin tonight in Moscow where that effer, Vladimir Putin, I mean, where they just said, where Vladimir Putin is effing people up. That they're just there. Because look at the online headlines from some of those news outlets where they're like, the S word is all over. Bravo Sierra's out there. I mean, we push it now. Yeah. And I stopped fighting it.
Well, I mean, we're at that point where now you can say, look, I got a Hummer in the parking lot.
Yeah, but that's because they're American vehicles now.
Yeah,
and that's the difference.
They're a little large and they're not great on fuel economy, but I mean, I really enjoy the Hummer.
I stopped fighting it and I realized something as much as I still believe in time and place for that stuff,
Yes, in the parking lot.
Right. You don't necessarily always want to share those things. I also realize if you want to communicate with younger generations, you're going to have to use some of those phrases a little more liberally.
Right. And don't try to communicate with the younger generation when the cops are around, because that will get you arrested.
When the cops are, what do you mean?
Well, if you're going to be communicating with them like that in the parking lot.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Steve Steckety. He tweeted, oh, that's Murkowski. Personally feel like the fate of an elected official like Senator Murkowski should be left up to the voters and not the party. And that actually goes with a lot. Susan Collins and Murkowski, people think that Susan Collins is going to pay for what she said in the election coming up, that she crossed the line, which is why she had to give the whole 45-minute speech to try to hedge her bet on that.
Well, to his tweet, though, you're right about that. The people should have a say. But as long as we still continue this scam of two parties, and yes, there are many other parties, and yes, I recognize it's not binary. I'm one of the ones who repeatedly has to try to educate people, and people get all pissed off when I dare to say I would ever vote third party. And I'd say it's not binary. It is still structured as such that those two groups are in power. They know they tolerate each other to keep everybody else out.
And so far it's worked.
It really is kind of a feudal system.
Up until Trump, really.
Yeah, and he kind of broke the entire thing. Get the tweets in with the hashtag What I Learned Today. It's at Doc Thompson Show, at Real Brad Staggs. A couple of weeks ago, a high school student posted something, and I want to get your take on this. She's 14, and she posted, "Stop forcing students to present in front of the class and give them a choice not to. Nobody should be forced to do something that makes them uncomfortable. Even though speaking in front of a class is supposed to build your confidence and it's part of your schoolwork, I think if a student is really unsettled and anxious because of it, you should probably make it something less stressful. School isn't something a student should fear."
We're still going down that path.
Brad, as you should a student fear things in school.
I never liked getting up in front of the class and talking.
Well, it's probably good you chose a career in broadcasting.
I know, right? Which is the interesting thing about this career is you're generally sitting in a room by yourself or with one other person, so you're still not talking to a bunch of people in front of you. But how would you know? This is like getting kids to try broccoli. How do you know if you like it until you try it? You may be scared of it, and it's a little scary to get up there in front of everybody.
Thank you, Sam I Am, who doesn't understand consent.
Right? Yes.
You're saying you force them to do it. They don't do it because they realize, well, maybe I will try. You've made a reasonable argument
because
for
they're
it.
kids and they don't have that level of wisdom.
The National Institute of Mental Health reports that an estimated 31.9, we'll round to 32% of kids between the ages of 13 and 18 exhibit some form of anxiety, Brad. It's anxiety.
Yes, it is.
Almost a third, Brad.
But they experience anxiety if they have to get up and talk in front of the class. That is normal.
Okay, so you're saying that if a kid has an injured leg, a broken leg, you're going to force them to walk on it?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Because that would not be for the healing process. That would not be beneficial. However, if you get someone to confront a fear, let's say, no one is going to shoot. Well, no, I was going to say no one is going to shoot at you in the school when you're standing up there. You can't even say that anymore. But you understand what I mean. If you stand in front of the class, the worst that could happen, someone laughs at you.
Yes, but that is a mental health issue.
That is being uncomfortable.
If you have anxiety, let's say you have PTSD.
All right.
You were in a situation involving bananas, and you have PTSD because of it.
You heard about that.
Bananas trigger your PTSD.
Oh, they sure do.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're around, you're like, banana.
Right. Yep.
Banana.
Yeah.
And you're like this, plantain. Oh, no, I thought it was a banana. Thank God. I was almost triggered, but it was just a plantain.
Yeah. It's an understandable
By the way,
mistake.
I do have a little trigger when it comes to bananas. Have you seen the little bananas? Have you seen the bunch of little bananas? The freaky, weird little strain of bananas?
Yeah.
Those kind of trigger me.
They're a little weird.
And I'm like, oh my gosh,
Just
what are
get
those? That's not right.
Get the full-size banana.
Right,
Why do you
thank
need-
you.
Good grief.
Listen,
How small do you need your bananas?
I'm even fine with those, just the smaller, normal-sized bananas.
Right. Yeah, they're like...
You don't have to go Jonah Falcon banana. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying whatever. But those weird little strain of like
tiny ones.
like Asian bananas or something that I see a lot of them at the Asian markets.
It's like the little corn. Remember the little corn on the cob? You could buy the little bitty ones?
Yeah, don't do that.
I used to love those, and I bought a whole jar of them, and I ate them all, and I hate them now.
Yeah, so I see those at the store. I'm like, oh my gosh, banana. But let's say there's a kid that has some sort of PTSD that gets triggered by bananas.
Okay.
My friend Chris would get triggered, having served in the military, by big red gum.
Oh, yep.
You never know what it's going to be.
Nope. You
So
don't.
you got a kid. They went through something horrible. Everybody in the class knows about this. The teacher knows about this. And they say, sorry, you got to do a report on bananas. Here you go.
See that, and again, we've lost the ability to take everything on a case-by-case basis. Everybody has to be painted with the same brush, and that's a huge mistake. Why can't we just say, oh, you know what, Johnny, if he gets up in front of the class, he's got such an irrational fear of speed, he loses control of his bowels and his bladder. And, so if you put him up there, it's not going to be pleasant. And, okay, you know what, Johnny, you're going to be able to sit this one out.
No, you're not, Johnny. Sorry. That is a case by case where I rule that you're going to have to do it. Because you're like this, watching. There it is. Yeah, I think it was right there. You could see the look on his face where he was like, ugh.
But
That's the one.
Here, put these Depends on, kid. Shut up. Get
That's
up
right.
there.
Okay, go clean yourself up. All right, he comes back in. You feel a little better now? Okay, finish your speech.
Finish the damn. You know why? Because life is going to do that to you.
Listen, we put him up there enough, there'll be nothing left in there. We'll be good to go.
Life will if you don't learn that lesson early on, life will teach it to you, and it's like chicken pox. The sooner you get them, the better off you are. Because if you get them as you get older, they hurt more. That's a good analogy.
You
for
you
life.
carry those your entire life, and then they return as shingles later on.
Yes, and then they really, that's what people say.
Okay.
Shingles really, really hurts. So you've got to get
No,
chickenpox
if
now.
you get the chicken pox, you still can get the shingles.
Yeah, but they have a shot for that now.
Yeah, after you get them, or a pre one.
You just get one beforehand. It keeps it from happening.
16-year-old New York student said there's a big difference between nervousness and anxiety, and you're missing that, Brad. They're not just nervous to stand up. It's anxiety.
It's the same thing.
No, anxiety is actually clinical.
So, okay, so each one of these kids has had a clinical
32%
has been diagnosed.
The National Institute of Mental Health says 31.9% of those between the ages of 13 and 18 exhibit some form of anxiety. Done. Go.
Yeah. First of all, they exhibit it. This is based on a control group, most likely. So we're basing it on, it's kind of like the rating system. It doesn't really equate to that, number one. And number two, you cannot take that generality and throw it on a class full of kids.
And what do you mean exhibit?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's 45 things we've determined are ways you can physically see a person they're exhibiting or showing some form of anxiety. Great. So they show one thing?
And,
what percentage?
Yeah, right.
Oh, that could be. Doesn't mean they have it.
It's like Bob looks sad today. Well, he must be clinically depressed.
A 15-year-old Massachusetts student said teachers grade on public speaking, which people have that have anxiety can't be great at. So it's not fair, Brad. It feels like the presentations are often more graded on delivery when some people cannot help being able to deliver it well, even if the content is the best presentation ever.
I sucked at math.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that not everybody's going to be great at everything, and that's the grading system. You're not getting a grade. You are being graded on your performance. No one says everyone has to get an A.
So what you're saying is we should just let everybody get an A in every subject.
Sure. You know what? That'll solve the world's problem.
The Radio Revolution. Mojo 50.
Hey guys, Matt Locke, the Conservative Cartel. I'd like to take a minute and tell you about a new weight loss product that's instantly becoming part of the Mojo 50 family. It was launched by a Dallas area company who had taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. A 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened, and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. One Ridge's Own client, Sarah, recently lost over 100 pounds. While she looks amazing, she has been struggling every day with cravings. Now that she's taking Ridge's Own, she says it's so much easier to control her appetite and she's not thinking about food all day. Ridge's Own contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to ridgezone.com, RIDUZONE.com, and enter the code MATT, M-A-T-T. That's Ridgezone, RIDUZONE.com.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
Funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RIDUZone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism, so you're burning more.
Yeah,
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com, RIDUZone.com. Hey, it's Doc Thompson. Got the new show on Mojo 50 coming up. Hopefully you'll join us for that. And as a regular feature, my good friend, my life partner, Chef Patrick Mosier. I mean that in a food sort of way.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You'll be joining us on the broadcast as well?
Absolutely. Every day that you ask me to.
Talking food and business and prostitutes, right? Because you're the food biz pro, and that's what the pro's for.
It's all about cocaine and hookers.
It's all about cocaine and hookers until somebody gets arrested. And then it's about the legal system. And, well, you get the point. We'll be talking food and food trends and business. And, of course, we'll be spotlighting business, as I always have on my broadcast. But Chef Patrick Mosier will join us, and he has his own platform starting soon on Spoonie Radio.
Spoonie Radio, 24-hour food talk radio.
Can you really talk about food for 24 hours a day?
I could, but even I don't want to listen to myself talk about food for 24 hours. So we will have...
Somebody will.
Someone will be on the air 24 hours a day, talking food, fun, travel, culture, and more than anything, food.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
You cannot retreat to your safe spaces. There are no therapy poodles allowed when facing the truth, and that's just how we like it. Straight, hard-hitting, conservatarian truth on the rocks. No chaser, no marches, no protest, only small, limited government, constitutional conversations, exclusively on MoJo 50. We get into foreign policy. We get into national politics. We get into constitutional, libertarian, conservative ideology. We put the brakes on the media spin by destroying the lies, dismantling the narratives, and bringing you the stone-cold hard truth. Every weekend on MoJo 50. Join me, Adrian Slade, for a raging hour-long discussion, deconstructing the headlines and delivering you the entire full story. Only on MoJo 50. Live free.
Guess what I'm not seeing today? Guess what I haven't seen?
What haven't you seen?
I saw that Matt Locke pop in.
Yep.
Guess what I don't see?
Oh, he's not wearing anything on his head.
I don't see a pink hat.
He's trying to snake out on it.
Here's what I'm just gonna throw it down there.
The hat?
If I don't see the hat, it's on him. Without a you see what I'm saying? He's the hat.
Oh yes, yep.
Either he wears a hat or he's the hat.
Yeah, that's true.
Is he still here?
Yeah, I think he's out there.
Roust him.
While we're waiting on him, Erica over on Facebook brought up a good point. Why is two women and a man a threesome, and two men and a woman a devil's triangle?
Patriarchy.
That's, as she said, sexist.
Because of the patriarchy, I'm going to go ahead and admit it.
Yeah, it's of course
I would be willing to bet that whether they truly do it or not, that many gentlemen find the thought of being in a threesome menage a trois titillating if there's two ladies involved, but disgusting if there's a lady and a man involved.
The look on Matt's face when he walked in, that's what we're discussing.
Right, exactly. I'm just saying. And that is part of the patriarchy. I'm going to admit that, ladies. Sorry, that's just it.
Nate, I am wearing pants. He was concerned I might not be wearing pants at the moment.
Yeah,
No,
fortunately.
I'm wearing pants.
So I'm just saying, either you wear the hat or you're the hat, buddy. I'm just saying what's going on with the P-Town hat.
It's on its way from Amazon.
Wow. They sell them?
From the Amazon?
The Amazon. They do sell them.
It'll be here today.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So the P hat is going to make its appearance probably tomorrow morning. We're waiting for it to come in the snail mail.
Okay. Now,
all right.
We had two of those, actually.
Wow.
We had we'd done a double or nothing here.
Yeah.
And I think the audience is now demanding that you at least one day, right? Even though we did a double or nothing. I'd like to offer you the opportunity to get out of the double portion.
Oh, I like where this is going.
So I think it has to make at least an appearance when it arrives. But beyond that, you can get out of all the full day of wearing the multiple days. We'll double down on that with another little bet.
But
this is going to be.
You ready to go another little bet here?
What's the little bet? Let's hear it. I'm a betting guy.
Well, Matt and I and Brad and Ron, we've been involved in helping JDRF raise some cash.
Oh.
So we have a little pages there, and whoever can raise the most money, doesn't have to wear the hat.
I like where you're going with this.
See what I'm saying?
So, but the one who raises the least money has to wear the hat.
I like it.
Wait a minute. Is my name in this thing too? No.
Yes.
I'm not sure I like it. Well, how come Ron's isn't if I'm in?
Yeah, Ron's in there, and we're throwing Chef Patrick in too.
He wears one all the time anyway.
I like the way this has been delegated, by the way. I like the way this has been delegated. Well, Ron's in there too.
No kidding. Right. Well, yeah, if he's gonna have some skin in the game.
Here's the thing, Matt. I'm throwing Chef Patrick in.
Yes.
Because he's going to lose this thing.
Well, yeah.
And we're all clean.
Oh, I love that.
See, there was a chance, if it's just you and I could still lose this thing because I'm on the hook now.
Right.
Right. And Brad and Ron, maybe, but if Chef Patrick's in, we're all clean, fellas. We're all good to go. Clean.
That's actually coming up this weekend?
Yeah, so we got the big JDRF this weekend, and I think it's nationwide, at least the big campaign push.
This is the season for all of the walks, but like Nashville's, I think, was last weekend or the weekend before.
And JDRF stands for
Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. And now they're going more toward the type 1 as opposed to the juvenile diabetes because you can get type 1 throughout your life,
right? But
it's an immune disorder or disease, and this isn't stop eating sugar and don't be
because
the other one.
Type 2
it's when you're obese and you're eating.
Listen, chubby, lay off the donuts a while and you'll be cool.
Yeah, let the chocolate go.
Yeah,
right. In extremes, there's no going back or whatever.
Right.
If you think type 1 and 2 are bad, type 12.
Oh boy,
that's
kind of hate to have type 14.
Type 14 is much worse. You don't even want to go there or whatever.
17
you just spontaneously combust.
Yep,
right there.
You only have to worry about it for a minute or so.
And get caught in the Cat 77 hurricane.
That's right. You just look at a candy bar, you're gone. You're gone or whatever.
Yep.
So I've done some work and helped them in the past. So we're going to help them out this weekend. We're part of the walk. So here's what it is. We'll all post on our social media platforms, and I'll post out all of them. I'll link to mine, Matt's, Ron's, Patrick's, and
you're
Brad's.
going to post them all. See, I wasn't going to post yours to mine.
You don't have to. I'm cool with that.
Wow.
You're going to post them all.
I'm still confident.
You're going to be the bigger man.
I'm still confident that people will donate in my name rather than yours.
Well, that's risky. That is risky.
I mean, that is risky. I would not put your name up on my page.
You guys got to remember, Chef Patrick is involved. You got to have a scapegoat on this stuff. You got to have an out on this.
It just seems so wrong, but I love it.
I love it too. I love that too. Where is Chef Patrick this morning?
Oh, he's wandering around, but he probably just tuned in. He's like, those sons of bitches.
God dang it.
That's what he gets for not being here early, like the rest of us.
Oh, yeah, he'll lose this badly. Badly, it'll be wearing around that stupid hat, and we'll have that meme forever. So yeah, we'll go ahead and post it. And if you would, it's for a great cause. Donate to JDRF, and you could donate, but if you would donate to my platform that's via their website or
and
Matt's.
you can, and it actually, if you donate through Brad Staggs, it goes to everybody. So just use my name. You choose my name, and just if you
I started to say you save the world if you donate to Ron Phillips.
Is that what it is?
Well, and if you donate to Ron Phillips through Brad Staggs, so just make sure that you're thinking Ron Phillips while you click my name, and that's the way it works. You'll get the back end credit.
The nice thing is when you donate in my name is if I win, you'll get the pictures of Brad Staggs.
In a pea hat.
Well, there's some other pictures.
Oh,
that's all right.
Like
Wait a minute.
If I win, you get the pictures of Doc Thompson.
Wow.
I had to do it. Sorry.
Where was the bell on that one? Thank you.
Sorry. It's a little bell deficient. All right. So the big push is for JDRF this weekend. Please donate, even if it's only $1 or $2. Just pick one of us and donate, or all of us except Patrick, and donate, and we'll see who raises the most money, and whoever comes in last has to wear that. By the way, Patrick has not agreed to this.
Doesn't matter.
He doesn't know.
He has now.
But we do have an official company meeting tonight, and we just put it into the meetings. We all just vote his ass down that he's got to do this.
It's called a quorum.
Right. That's we had a quorum here. That's right.
Yep.
Sorry. We just vote him down. Sorry. So I think that's how this is working. All right. I'll post a link to it, but it's www.2.jdrf.org. What's the 2? That's just a wrong link. It's just jdrf.org. Go to Brad Staggs. Go to Doc Thompson, so on and so forth. You'll find it.
A free exchange of ideas. Mojo 50.
We've arrived.
What do you mean?
We've hit the big time.
What are you talking about?
I didn't tell you. We're live on Mojo 50 now.
Oh, that. I could have sworn they were just pulling a fast one on us.
Either that or someone at the top has had a mild stroke. Regardless, we now have to make a promo.
Okay, well, that seems simple enough. How long does this have to be?
I was told that we need to take about 60 seconds or so and tell everyone about ourselves.
All right. I was born in a blizzard in the bleak hours of the morning in November.
No, I don't think we need to go back quite that far.
All right, then. I'm Steven.
And I'm Dylan, and we're hosts of the Defenders of American Exceptionalism,
or DOAE show for short.
And we are live Wednesdays and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
We go through the politics of today and how it affects the culture and vice versa. And we try to bring it back to the Constitution and the principles above privilege.
You know, I feel like there should be a shirt made with that on it.
Yeah, we already have that.
Oh, so don't forget to check us out. Defenders of American Exceptionalism live Wednesdays and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern on Mojo 50.
Have you done it? You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror?
I'm one of those people you don't want to see naked.
Yeah, most of us. But I mean, you look and you're going, what the?
I know.
How did I get to whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. Hey there, it's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs to tell you about a different way to shed those pounds. This is brand new tech. It's only been around for a couple of years or so. It was based on research from the University of California that said there's a molecule called OEA that's found naturally in your body. It produces it in the Mediterranean diet, that when taken in concentrated amounts, it will actually make you feel fuller and boost your metabolism.
I've lost about 10 pounds so far.
It's amazing.
It
Now,
really is cool.
A company said, we can take this to market and make this great product that'll help you. It's called RiduZone, RIDUZone.com, RIDUZone.com. Brad's worked. It's worked for Brad's, worked for me, countless other people. Go to RiduZone.com and try today. You're going to love it. RiduZone.com. Remember that, RIDUZone.com.
Hey guys, Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Are you tired of the bar scene, hoping to find the love of your life? Well, there is a better way for you single guys and ladies out there. Check out WeThePeople.dating. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating for the love of people and people of love. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
The Conservative Cartel.
I'm going to say something here. I think I pissed off a couple people on Friday. I don't like Susan Collins. I don't like Jeff Flake. And I don't like Lindsey Graham. They are rhinos. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due because these people stepped up. And by the way, Benny Johnson over at the Daily Caller, he had a video of Lindsey Graham flat street balling. And it was funny. I can't play it on the air because little curse words. But he's the mother effer. B.I.G. is the song playing in the background as he is just waving off a protester. John McCain died and left Lindsey Graham his balls. I mean, good Lord, it happened. I like this Lindsey Graham. I like Lindsey Graham with balls. I mean, I don't know what that got into that dude's Wheaties.
Well, you heard what he said on the news this morning.
Oh, he's going after the other side now.
He said, I've never campaigned against any of my fellow senators, but that's all changed now.
I'm telling you, John McCain dies, and Lindsey Graham found his balls.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us, our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out NeverForgottenApparel.com, use promo code DOC, and get 15% off your purchase. That's NeverForgottenApparel.com.
What are they doing? The links aren't working.
No good
Did
deed.
we check them all?
No good deed goes unpunished. That must be a mistype or a typo.
By the end of the broadcast or shortly thereafter, I will...
sometime before Saturday when the walk is scheduled, it would be good.
No, that does go to Ron.
Mm-hmm. It does?
It says right here.
So what you're saying is mine works, but nobody else's does.
No, let me see the others then. No.
That can't be
this
right.
Okay, all right. This is... Okay. So we're part of a subcategory. How are we going to know which one of us raised more? Look at this. So when you bring it up, it's to the overall goal of 3,500. But you see, it brings it up right here, Doc Thompson. Would it still determine who's?
I think so. Definitely. I don't know.
A little shocked I don't have my own page.
They are correct?
Yeah, you got to have the 2 in front.
Oh, you do have to have the 2. All right.
So you were...
All right.
So Matt was right. You were wrong. All
right. Well, we'll definitely tweet them out there in a minute and post them on social media. But if you would donate to JDRF, it really is a good cause. And the organization does a really good job.
Yes, they do.
That's fantastic. I did work with them in Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Bentonville, and now some in Texas as well. What do you got there?
You're Your career is complete. Kitty Taint Mojo 50 said, "Oh boy, you mean the pics of real Brad Staggs in the hospital with his cute little hiney sticking out?" I did not have. There was nothing sticking out of that hospital gown.
I'm just going to say,
I combed through those photos.
I'm just going to say this: Brad Staggs, Vegas, 96. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, the beauty of that is none of those photos are digital. They are all on paper, and they're in
unless you've taken a.
Nobody had a picture taken cell phone.
No. I mean, I have them on mine now.
They are locked in the National Enquirer's vault somewhere in Florida.
No. Stormy Daniels gave them to me. Stormy Daniels said we're good to go.
Well, let's see. Strugling Polar Bear said, "Way to show off the benefits of democracy, guys. I'm so on board for straight up democracy in America." That's true.
Oh yeah. Well, democracy's.
It's a fluid concept in our world.
Well, it is, and then you get into we're actually a republic, and I get that. As far as government should go or would operate, a republic works about the best that you could hope for. Still, lots of failures and flaws. Look around us, right? Look around.
Look at all the
There's
white
ways
guys.
to cheat it.
All the white
Straight
guys.
democracy becomes difficult because you end up saying, I'm going to, if I am a bad person, impose my views on you. For example, let's say Brad and I decide that the person who is not in the room with us but still working on this broadcast must every day provide lunch.
Right.
Let's have a vote. It's straight up democracy. Brad and I,
like that.
are you
Yes,
in?
I'm in.
Yay.
Yay,
And then
yay.
Ron Phillips says nay. Sorry.
That's too bad. You
Sorry,
lost.
Ron. It's democracy. You got to bring us food every day, buddy. Sorry.
Right.
There's the failure with a straight democracy. Hence the reason we have a representative republic. And that's the reason it should be based on personal freedoms, not even your own morality. Government and structure must be based on personal freedoms. If not, the entire thing falls apart. And it will fall apart very quickly if you are not willing to actively support other people's personal freedoms, even if you don't agree with what those personal freedoms or how those personal freedoms are being used. So long as they're not infringing another's, that's the entire ball of wax. This is so outrageously simple and obvious that even adult like me can get it. And if you don't get it, you are setting yourself up for disaster. You're setting up a system that allows oppression. Yes, that system can be abused, or it can be used for good. Every other system will absolutely fail and be used for bad because they set the power is on a couple of people to use and do bad. And then if you want a better society within that structure of personal freedoms, then it's up to me and you as individuals. And if you're a Christian, if you're Jewish, if you're Muslim and driven by your faith to do good things, as most religions are, then you will do good things as an individual without the state telling you to do so. If the state tells you to do so, it's not genuine. It's not real, so you're not doing what your faith tells you to do. Your faith tells you to do. It tells you to do because you are drawn to do. You feel, I will take away your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. So you will do because you care. If the state tells you to do so, great. God may think, wow, you did some good there, but it wasn't from your heart, and that has to be part of it. So if you want the society to be good and you want it to be nice and caring and sensitive, it doesn't get that way by the government saying, you will be sensitive and nice. See, it doesn't work that way. They're forcing you.
Isn't that why we should abolish the Senate? Aren't they out there pushing now to abolish? See, first it was impeach Trump, then it was impeach.
Abolish? No, they're abolishing ICE.
Abolish the Senate. Somebody, that was one of the big rallying cries.
I'm fine. Actually, we should probably abolish the Senate. Wait, what, Doc? We don't need a bicameral legislature the way it is currently set up.
And I think their Rhode Island should not have as many votes. Can't remember who said this.
Yeah, and Rhode Island has fewer people or smaller states population-wise, have fewer people, yet they get 2 votes. You're right. And that's the reason we were taught that we have a bicameral legislature. That is kind of false. We have a bicameral legislature because the Senate is supposed to represent the states, and the House is the people's house. You and I were never supposed to have the ability, the structure has failed to vote for the Senate. They're not supposed to represent me and you. Your senators, they do now in our current structure, are supposed to, but they shouldn't. They should be representing the states and only voting to protect the state's interest, that level of government. This is such a failure. The states are not represented. The federal government has gotten too big. The balance of powers in our federal government between the 3 branches are supposed to also be balanced between the people and the states. We are a country made up of many states. The states are not represented. So the federal government goes, states must all spend money and do this. States must only have a speed limit of 55. It's not your right to say that. And if we had senators that were there to represent the states, they'd say, hey, I'm there, Uncle Sam. The states don't want those unfunded mandates. No. The House may love it over there. The people love it. Sorry. The states have to have their voice. Instead, it's Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal. If we just got that one concept, that states appointed senators, that was changed with the 17th Amendment, by the way, and they really did the bidding of the states, you'd see this stuff turn around pretty quickly. The senators are not supposed to be there to represent you. When you find that out, when you realize that, you're like, that makes so much more sense.
Well, and TJ Toppin, I think, did put it nicely. It says, I learned from the documentary Star Wars A New Hope, you do not abolish the Senate, you dissolve it.
Oh,
Simply
that's a great
dissolve
point.
the Senate. You know, and that's why those documentaries are so important, because they're a lasting legacy. So we can go back and look at how things should be structured and how it's worked in the past or in the future.
Those that forget history in a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago, are doomed to repeat it.
Isn't that the truth?
Right? If you forget history from a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, even,
yes,
you're doomed to repeat it.
Rusty Shackelford says, democracy is 2 wolves and a sheep deciding what to eat for dinner.
There it is.
Yes.
We're having Ron.
Ron is good.
He's
With
good.
A little béarnaise sauce on the side. There's nothing like it. Jack Old Jedi said, so Food Biz Pro gets screwed by Mojo 50 democracy. That's how it works now. Yep. That is how it works now.
Yes, by the way, my defense of republics and explanation of democracies does not represent our company. It does inside these walls, very different. And the same thing is true maybe at your house. For example, when I grew up, even though our country is a representative republic,
right,
based on democracies or principles of democracy, my parents' house was not run that way. I had no vote.
Right.
I had no representation. I was a ward of the oligarchy. It was the 2 of them. They were co-dictators.
Yeah.
They dictated everything.
Yep. And if you didn't like it, you could go find another fiefdom to live in.
That's right, exactly. So, around here, same thing. It's not a representative republic.
It's do as we say, not as we do.
That's exactly right. That's how it is.
I knew there was something to it.
We're still looking and trying to keep those going throughout the day. Hashtag liberal kids books.
Backyard Cow said, when Brad Staggs starts to read your rape tweet and then gets sidetracked. and it's the perfect little gif of Bill Cosby there, too. Nice.
Oh, quick update for you.
Yes.
The remember the girl
he's still in prison.
He's still in prison.
There you go.
I'm still in prison. They were putting me in prison for putting my pills into people, and then after I was putting the pills, I was putting an update on that Russian girl who was going around throwing bleach on the crotches of men who were mansplaining,
right.
manspreading.
Yeah,
that was a scam. It was a propaganda video.
That wasn't real.
Yeah, it was all, I think, staged. It's all blurb on that. Yeah.
Damn it.
And that Remember when it was out, I was like, this is weird because nobody punched her?
I did.
Female or not, you throw bleach on me.
Yes.
There's a good chance you're at least getting shoved around a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, woman, or other. Just out of
them did
natural reaction, you stand up and you go, what the hell? And you just push, right?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? In headlines, it's just start putting in a story I know is totally bogus each time, just to see if it.
You know, we could bring back the radio contest, spot the bogus story too.
Wow, that is an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah,
I like that.
All right, get the tweets in with the hashtag What I Learned Today. Hashtag What I Learned Today. Okay, we've seemed to have tracked this down. There has to be the www. I hate saying that. jdrf.org.
http://
I don't think you have to put that one in though. Still, I could be wrong. But if you look it up and you look up go to .org/go/Brad Staggs, or just Brad Staggs or Doc Thompson, I think it comes up as well. I will, now that I've cleaned it up, tweet it out, links to it, and you can donate if you would, even $5 to one of ours. Just pick the person you want to least likely see wear the P-Town hat.
All right. Don't click on Patrick's name.
It's going to be Patrick Moser. All over. He is so good. Surprise, Patrick. We voted on something.
Ta-da.
Here, put this on.
With great mojo comes great responsibility. Mojo 50.
The Adrian Slade Show.
Again, and I've said this in the past, a business does not exist to give you a minimum wage job. You are hired as an employee because in your self-interested quest to earn money, you will then be motivated to help the vision of the business creators and owners who seek their goal, who hired you to help facilitate it. The big business isn't built to provide charity in the form of hiring. They're not there just to give everybody a job. And it isn't a relationship of top-down exploitation of the little guy they've hired. That's what a lot of people think of. Oh, the big business, big corporation, they're running me dry. You know, that's the Sanders look, the Bernie Sanders people. They love to look at business like, oh, I'm a slave to this business. But you know what? Your self-interest to make money is what puts you in a symbiotic relationship with the business that hires you. Both self-interests are from both parties are involved in this situation.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's DIAthrive.com.
Are you tired of the bar scene? Tired of trying to meet people that maybe you just don't know? I'll tell you what, I'm a classic example of online dating. I met my beautiful wife online on a dating platform, and you can too. Check out wethepeople.dating. There's a better way for all of you single guys and you ladies out there. You know what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner ought to be your number one goal, just like the Constitution. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, if you're looking for someone, you don't have any time, you've got a computer, you've got an internet, you can start browsing wethepeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner shouldn't be a mantra. It should be a goal. For the love of people and people of love. Listen to Matt Locke. Check out wethepeople.dating.
Doc Thompson, Mojo 50.
Mazie Hirano, the great senator from Hawaii, was on over the weekend and had a comment on Kavanaugh's confirmation and what this means moving forward. You ready? Here we go.
He's going to be on the Supreme Court with a huge taint. And
So there's that. I didn't realize that was even a problem.
How did...
I didn't even know that was a thing. Is that like an affliction or a disease?
Does she not have a staff of people who say...
Doctor, I'm here. It's really uncomfortable why I'm in today. Some of these things are really embarrassed if you come in.
No. It's just a safe space here. You just tell me what seems to be the problem.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
All right.
I'm going to avert my eyes.
Right.
I think I have an abnormally large taint. Sotomayor and Kagan are like, look at that guy sitting in here, and you see that large taint.
He has a huge taint!
There's a better way to meet people without having to suffer through all the crazies. Weed out all the nutty people with WeThePeople.dating. That's WeThePeople.dating. It's easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
What do you mean it's Let's Go? All righty, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the morning blaze. But before we go, as always, let's find out what we learned today. Did I say that right?
I think so. I was only half listening to you.
Yes, I heard you. It was right.
Did I say that all right?
I don't know.
I was worried about the little thing going on there.
We'll find out in just a second.
I don't think I did.
You want to just pretend?
Try that again?
You want to try it again? You want to stop?
All right, start that over, Ron. I screwed that up.
All right, so
there we go.
3,
Let's concentrate.
2, 1.
What do you mean it's Let's Go? All righty, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The end of your Morning Mojo. But before we go, as always, let's find out what we learned today. We learned 2 wrongs don't make a rice.
Wow. You just had to redo that just so you could get more emphasis on that, didn't you?
I did. That was it.
That was nice.
We learned Dr. Seuss at this moment is rolling over in his box with a fox in a hole with a mole. His grave is as active as a rave. We learned to practice diversity proper. Emoji etiquette dictates that you use random races in your emojis.
Why is the... Wait a minute. I was going to say, is the little pile of poo, that only comes in brown, right? Doesn't it?
I think it's time we petition Apple.
Need yellow and red and blue poo.
It's a good point.
Just
there already is yellow poo.
Oh, well then maybe we need brown poo.
We learned I, Doc Thompson, am universally recognized as non-offensive and inclusive. Universally, people recognize that. They say that, Doc Thompson. There is a guy who is not offensive
on that one
and inclusive.
No.
We did, however, learn that I, Doc Thompson, am triggered by small bananas. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. And finally, I learned that when you go into the grocery store, if you're looking for the larger bananas, refer to them as the Jonah Falcon. And they'll know exactly what you're talking. Yeah, I'm here for the bananas, but I'm looking for the Jonah. Oh, right over here, sir. Right over here.
Small, medium, large, and liar.
And then Jonah Falcon.
Yeah.
Brad Staggs, what, if anything, did you learn today?
Well, I learned that we have officially solved all of the world's problems. Everything is good because we are down to counting the squirrels in Central Park.
That's right.
That's on our to-do list.
Well,
now.
We got to make sure they get their proper amount of money from the government, right? They got to get their share.
Oh, I guarantee that's in there somewhere. Also learned that Hurricane Michael could be the worst hurricane in the history of the world, with waves close to 150 feet and a storm surge all the way to Nebraska.
No,
it could also affect Canada in this, or it
no,
maybe
it
not. It's just use some common sense. And be safe. Also learned that kids with anxious bowel syndrome and leaky bladders should never be forced to participate in public speaking class.
No, I disagree. I learned that they absolutely should.
It's never pretty.
No, I know. Think of all of the videos.
Funny, but it's never pretty.
Brad, we will be rich just off of the YouTube channel.
That's a good, if there's money involved for us, I'm in.
Here's Carla in 4th grade.
I'm in.
Oh my gosh, look at it. Right there. And when we offer our frame-by-frame option, you can actually see the moment the bowels release. Just whoop. The look on her face, that moment.
And before you think we're being cruel, there's already a promo out there for something very similar to this. All
That's
those
right.
Kids pooping all over themselves.
That's right.
Also,
this is satirical.
Yes.
We don't mean that. We're not laughing at them.
Yeah, we are.
We're laughing...
No, we're
a little at them, kind of with them.
It's mostly at
It's on the side of them, but walking with them. Laughing at them, but walking next to them.
It's like trying to look at producer Ron in the eye.
And
it's very difficult. Very difficult. I also learned that if you donate to my JDRF fundraising page, not only will Doc have to wear a pea hat, but you'll also be helping all the puppies and the kittens around the world lead fuller, happier lives.
So, Ron, you're going to use this wonky eye thing to your advantage? You got to play the victim
for the rest of my life.
That's right. But I mean, for this fundraising for JDRF,
Oh, yeah,
you're
I
like,
could.
That's right. You know, you're starting off.
Take a picture looking down.
That's right. And you're like, guys, you know, I'm going to need some help here. What we do know is please donate to one of ours. Don't donate to Patrick's. That's the
you didn't even put Patrick's link on.
I tweeted a link to all of ours.
Yeah, to all of our. I mean, I'm not
except Patrick's.
Yeah, he's.
Okay.
Good luck, Patrick. That hat is going to look good on you. I also learned Google Plus may soon be going away due to security problems.
Soon to be replaced by Google Double
Minus.
Plus, Platinum.
And the result will be the same. No one will use it either. I didn't even know what it was. I also,
It'll be like, it'll be Google Clear, Google One. It's going to be like a soft drink.
And finally, I learned that teen brains are more adversely affected by pot than alcohol in their formative years, according to unbiased Canadian research funded by the alcohol industry.
Yeah, it's perfect. Perfectly acceptable.
Yes, that's pretty much the way it happens.
Hey, what, if anything, did the listeners learn today?
Stephen English learned if you have tiny bananas, it's time to buy a Corvette.
That's how you know, right?
Or do like I do and just get the Hummer in the parking lot. Because you can fit.
That's a big vehicle.
It
makes you feel much more manly.
Huge vehicle. Erica learned why two women and a man a threesome and two men and a woman a devil's triangle. I just wanted to say it again. Erica, how you doing? How you doing? Lori D learned.
Got a friend? Erica, have one of your friends text me too. Have one of your friends tweet to me too.
I'm right. You know where to find me.
Set up the account Erica and Shauna, and then tweet at Brad Staggs.
I would never stoop so low.
He'll respond to everyone, but if it's Erica and Steve, you'll never hear from him.
Nope.
Erica and Mephistopheles. See, he would be the devil in the triangle.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Lori D learned I got an A in speech because I did the Cabbage Patch. Love me some speech class.
She did. I know that's got to be true.
Patch.
You know,
I did.
I can't do it.
That one.
Remember the dance?
Oh, yeah, I did. You ever seen...
Wait a minute, I'm guessing it's a dance. Maybe it's something else.
Is
that a drinking game?
I was gonna say,
is it something else, Lori?
Have you ever seen Lori D after a couple of drinks? I have.
I'm guessing the Cabbage Patch might be something else.
Do we like to drink, Lori?
She's a lot. Oh, Lori is... Lori D is...
She is a party.
She is... Yes. And yes. Mojo 50 taint sleeve alert. I call Bravo Sierra and say this 14-year-old snowflake, buckle up, Buttercup. Life is full of doing things you don't want to do or even afraid to do, but you do it anyway.
And sometimes you do it for $20.
Yeah, exactly.
Same as downtown.
And you know what? The older you get, the more desperate you are, the more people feel that desperation.
See, that's what's so funny about this. As a kid, you're like, I would never, whatever. And then you get to a point where you start going, well, I might do it or whatever. And then you get to a point where you're like, is there money involved? Yes. That's it. I don't care what it is. Money and how much.
Yep. All I want is the number to get bigger.
And the next step is you don't even know what the hell they're talking about. You're just along for the ride. You're like, oh, I guess that's what I'm doing because they brought me along.
They
sprung me from the home, and so I guess this is what we're doing.
And they brought a crate of small bananas. Sneaking Duck learned what are you going to do with those bananas of various sizes? Never mind. He doesn't want to know.
By the way, make sure to look at the studio if you haven't seen the new MoJo50.com studio. You can see it on Facebook and Periscope, a lot of places. There's a new addition over my left shoulder.
Yes. Well,
on camera, right shoulder.
Your right shoulder if you're looking at the television.
New addition there, so that'll be up there.
She wasn't invited either. That's all.
She just showed up, and it looks like she's tweeting the whole time as well.
She just showed up. Can
you see who it is? Is it in focus?
It's as in focus as anything else. Ron focus.
I'm asking Ron if it's in focus.
Right. That's
okay. That's a failure.
And Mojo 50, Mojo 5050. I just say keep repeating it. Also learned Rudolph, their liberal kids books, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Racist.
Oh!
I like that one.
Nicely done. Hashtag liberal kids books.
It smells like teen statism. When I had a fear of public speaking, my non-binary guardian told me to imagine I could see everyone's front hole. and that fixed it.
It's layers, folks. It's layers. You know what it's like? It's like a cake or a parfait. It's got layers, Brad.
Yes,
or it's like the American flag.
Or like the flag. It's our parfaits.
Parfaits is all layers, Brad. That's what it is.
Layers.
And by the way, even this is a layer.
Yes.
All right,
it
hey.
is.
If you would, please donate to JDRF. Go to my Twitter page, and you can see a link to my account. Not so much the other guys, and definitely not Chef Patrick's. We'll get that done or whatever.
I help the kiddies.
Lots of good stuff coming in the future. More to tell you tomorrow. Thanks so much for supporting this platform. It's mojo50.com. Remember, today's Morning Mojo is a Ron Phillips production. Sic Semper Tyrannis. Good night, Steve Cannon.
Wherever you are.
Anya, now you go home.
Our mojo runneth over.